What is
It's
that?
Taylor Fever, my friend. It's Taylor.
Is that what
Fever.
that was?
A little Romeo and Juliet from a young Taylor Swift.
Very nice. Throwback.
Throwback. Oh yeah. We'll talk about Taylor Swift. Fun stuff. Fun stuff. I'm gonna tell you like the total. No, listen. The total screen time that she was on, where they went and partied afterwards. Why did Justin Bieber not perform with Usher at the halftime show, as our own Jay Sebs predicted that he would?
Huh.
I have the answer for that. It's a couple of little things. You know, we'll do the commercial talk and all that jazz too. Super Bowl recap on the way. Very fun. Tucker Carlson says Moscow better than any U.S. city. That was moments ago.
What a piece of shit.
So that one's fresh.
What a giant piece of rectal waste.
And Jeffrey Epstein, there's an autopsy photo that we've never seen before. His brother, Mark Epstein, just released it and went on to Megyn Kelly's podcast and shared some of that information. We will thusly share it with you. Plus, we have a blind top 5 to go along with this whole shebang, my friends. That's a podcast. Thusly, I like to talk like I'm from the 1800s, Frank.
You don't keep it up, though. You get one thusly in there and you're good for a while.
Yeah, well, I don't think anymore is just,
overkill. Nobody's going to understand you after a while.
It is.
All right.
It is. Mark Epstein was on the Megyn Kelly Show podcast on Sirius XM satellite radio.
What a place to show a photo.
Yeah.
On radio.
Yeah. Yeah, basically.
let me this one photo that's probably I'm sure everybody's going to go crazy over. Where should I debut this photo?
I know.
What all right, well,
the radio.
No one says the Epsteins were brilliant people.
That's true. And this brother is running around like, all right, so we talked about this a couple of episodes ago where the brother's like running around going, hey, nobody, somebody killed my brother. Like he didn't kill himself. Mm-hmm. And the last time I think we spoke about it, I think he went on wherever he was, Tucker maybe, or 60 Minutes or something. And he was like very empathetic towards the victims. This time around, not so much. And I think it's very important for him to say, like, hey, everybody, I know like my brother was a piece of shit, but I believe he was like, I have no problem with him looking for the killers and saying that he was killed. I just wish he would clarify it more of like, I'm not trying to be a victim here. Lord knows there's plenty of victims to go around because my brother was such a piece of garbage.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I haven't listened to anything this guy has said. Has he said?
Just the one time. Yeah.
And one time.
I forget if it was on Tucker or 60 Minutes or 60 Carlson. I don't know what it was on. It was somewhere he did it. Yeah. And I was like, well, that's important to say. That's pretty vital. But he's very upset with Bill Barr because essentially when, and I'm bringing up the photo for you right now. Essentially when Epstein was found, Barr had a press conference. He's like, hey, I watched the footage and there's no way of him. Like he committed suicide. That's it. Like,
so you could tell from a photo.
You can tell from the photo. Well, not from the photo, but he said that he reviewed. Well, he said he reviewed security cam footage, and there's no way that he can. There was no way that he was killed. There's like he was like, yeah, investigation case closed. We're all good.
Okay, now is this like a? We're about to see something gross.
You're about
discretion advised kind of thing.
Yeah, you're about to see. Well, we have his. You're gonna see him. That you're gonna see a body, part of a body.
Okay, so heads up for sensitive people who don't want to see.
Yeah,
a dead body.
So quickly before we get to that, though, here just so I can explain the beef that he has with Bill Barr. So see this big white square in the middle.
I do.
Okay, that's where the camera was. There's a camera, so now you can see how this building kind of jets out into like little hallways.
Right.
There's 4 of them, basically, 3 identical and 1 a little bit bigger. So you can see where Epstein's cell was and a couple of the other inmates. Now, there's supposed to be a camera in there. There wasn't, or it wasn't working. That's where one of the cameras wasn't working was. So there was a camera out in the middle area, and that's what Bill Barr reviewed. And he saw, and he said, well, nobody came in or out of there the whole time, so must be fine. But that doesn't prevent one of the cells,
someone in the cell that's connected,
right,
going over there.
Yeah, going over there and killing him. So that's one part of it. So that's a big part of his beef. And then he also was like, which is a good point, why would the U.S. Attorney General review one single, even though it's so high profile, why would he look at it? Why wouldn't he say, hey, we've reviewed it, or somebody from the office has seen it and whatever? So he just thought that was awfully suspicious, which I get, which is fine. Again, I have no problem with Mark sort of like really kind of seeking out to find some answers here. Because again, I think we all want to know what really happened. I'd play you the audio. I don't know if you want to hear any of this. This is from Megyn Kelly.
So keep going, Mark.
Who doesn't look good, by the way. Does she look good to you? She doesn't look good to me.
What do you mean, like sick?
Yeah, she looks, there's something, a lot of work. I don't know what's happening.
I don't know.
She's obviously clearly more beautiful than both you and I.
Oh, that's not a high bar.
Yeah, it's not a high bar. Good point. But obviously a beautiful woman nonetheless, but I just feel like there's something going on there. So anyway, here's the part where they talk about
they should not have moved them, because also when they find a dead body, the position of the body, there's a lot of information they can get from that. That's why they tell you to, never move a dead body here.
So again, this is audio from the Megyn Kelly show, Mark Epstein. But he basically has beef with them moving the body, and this is a photo that we've never quite seen before. And I bet you Frank could probably get it, and everybody else in the audience could probably get where they go from here. Because as you know, when somebody hangs themselves in a prison, what do they usually use 9 times out of 10?
I don't know. The sheets.
Bed sheets. Exactly. Thank you. Now, does that look like a mark that would be caused?
I have no idea.
It's a little thin looking, isn't it? I mean, it looks.
Yes. I don't know how. I don't know. I don't know because what kind of sheets? What? I don't know what we're looking at here, because I mean, if we have to dig into our imagination here.
Well, they're not Brooklyn sheets. They're not any high end.
I'm thinking, like the fitted sheets that go around the mattress, that kind of thing. It has that elastic part.
Oh, maybe.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think that would hold a body though.
Well, what kind of sheet would?
I mean, well, when you roll it, yeah, when you roll it and tie it, I guess.
I don't know.
But here's the other thing that they said too was, and this is a good point, when you go behind somebody to strangle them, if you're standing behind them, it's probably right here, right?
Okay.
Right now, if I'm hanging, it's probably more up here and this way versus this way,
like more towards the chin.
Yeah, you know what I mean. So, like, if you're strangling, so for people who are listening, if you're strangling somebody from behind, you are behind them. You're going directly across the neck. Whereas if you're hanging, the rope goes up, obviously, in the back, and that's going to bring the rope in the front up in an angle, right?
Well, I guess we could speculate on it all we want, but there's also like, are there struggle? Like, is there signs of him fighting someone?
Well, they said, well, no, there wasn't, but they also said that what he talks about is when you hang yourself, the blood's no longer pumping, gravity takes over and pulls it all down, and so it tends to be in your legs, in the back of your legs,
right,
in your feet, and there were no signs of that for him. They said he was dead for 2 to 6 hours. Even at 2 hours, he would have had a pretty decent pool of blood down on the bottom of his body. He said he had it a little bit towards his back, like his lower back, but that's really it. It wasn't really.
What does that mean?
I don't know. I don't know what that means. I think what he's alluding to, if he says there was a little pool in his lower back, I think what they're alluding to is he was strangled to death and then hung so that it didn't look like a strangling. So they put him at the time that they found him, they put him at minimum 2 hours, right around to 6 hours of being dead. And if that's the case, like, right, so they think that's a pretty accurate finding. If that's the case, they're saying if he was hanging for that long, he would have had a lot more blood down on his body because he only had a little bit. It insinuates that perhaps he was killed and then he was tied up.
I feel like even if that's the case, how long between the time he was killed and the time he was hung up? I mean, how long could that have been?
Could have been an hour.
You
2
think?
hours. I mean, it could have been.
Depending on who's involved
yeah.
here and who had control of the area.
Let's say
if it was a quick thing.
Let's speculate, right? And I think Janine is with us now. Let's speculate. Let's say it was one person who got paid to do this.
Can we take this picture down?
He goes in there. Yeah, we can. He goes in there and
Thank you.
He goes in there and he does it. Now he's got to get all the sheets together. Now he's got to wrap it all up. He's got to tie him. He's got to do the whole thing. He's got to remove whatever he's got to remove, put whatever he's got to put in play,
Yeah, I don't know.
Could be a while.
I guess.
Well, I've never done this before, but Janine clearly has. Janine, do you think this timeline works?
No.
Okay.
So you think this is all suspicious?
I've seen way too many crime stories and documentaries.
You've seen or committed? I couldn't hear you. You cut out there for a second.
Seen. Yeah, seen.
Got it.
And let me tell you, I'm really on the struggle bus right now. I was going to show my face, but you can't even see me because I'm in the dark because that's how bad of a headache I have. So you know what? Look what I'm doing for the pod.
You're fighting through.
Okay.
Very nice.
I'm here.
I appreciate that because I don't have my mouse, so I'm using the trackpad for this whole episode, just so everybody knows.
Nobody knows
what
the difference is for that.
We're fighting through. I mean, just saying, we're fighting through some challenges. Right. Last picture there, Frankie. See, those are his legs, and that's where you can see there's no pooling of any kind of.
Yeah, that's weird.
They don't look bloated or swollen or.
Well, was he in the air hanging, or was he like touching the ground and he was just?
So I still can't. They say that when they cut him down, his ass was an inch off the ground, which I still don't understand.
So then his legs were on the ground.
His legs, yeah, I don't know. I just don't know. It doesn't make any sense to me.
So I think he well, it sounds like he hung himself. Let's say he hung himself, for argument's sake. Let's see, and he was just off the ground a little and didn't fight it, struggle too much, and it was just a matter of the tightness around his neck, not so much the not being able to touch the ground. Because I'm thinking. He couldn't get himself, I don't know how high the ceilings are in there, but I don't know how.
Well, he was hanging off the bed, I believe.
Hanging off the bed, so that's not going to be taller than him. Him,
right?
So I feel like he has access to the ground. That's not going to get him. It's just what's around his neck is going to get him.
And plus, they moved him, right? So they always say, "Don't move a body." If you find him, because how he's situated can tell you certain things.
Right. So, but if someone walks in on someone hanging like that, I feel like instinct would be like, I gotta help. Maybe this is what I can do.
You've said this before, and that's a good point. Which
you run in and go, oh, I gotta get this person down.
True. I mean, you would assume that the guards or whatever are a bit more trained than that, but it's definitely plausible. Yes. Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just playing devil's advocate. If you walk in, someone's hanging, you're not going to go, I better not touch this person. Even what if there's a chance that they're not, that you could do something.
Hanging around.
Not that, who would want to save this guy, but I'm just saying.
Check. He trapped me.
Go ahead.
So there's the Epstein autopsy stuff. So
yeah, I mean it's nothing's cut and dry here. It's very. Is there a report that goes along with it?
Yeah, they did the autopsy report and everything. Just nobody believes it. This Mark Epstein doesn't believe it. Like that's kind of what Mark Epstein is doing right now. He's going around, basically saying,
look at this.
Yeah, look at this. There's just no fucking way. There's just He's
Yeah.
upset that he wasn't notified first. Usually they notify next of kin before they make a big deal out of it. But I mean, this leaked everywhere. It's kind of hard to do.
Just going off of a hunch, I would want to see his hands, see if there's any fighting marks, like if this,
Maybe there's
I'm sorry.
pooling in his penis. Maybe there's pooling in his penis. I'd like to see his penis, just
No,
to make
nobody
sure.
wants to see that.
Nobody wants to see that.
It's probably so pale and old looking.
All right, stop it. Nobody wants to.
How skeevy was his skin though? Like that just grosses me.
I
Like he
know.
just disgusts me a
He's a
little
gross
bit.
guy to begin with. But I don't know. I would want to see his hands, photos of his hands, if there's any fighting. Because if it's not a sheet and it's, let's say it's a wire or something like that, he would probably have marks on his hands from fighting. My guess, just from, what's it called? Scorsese movies I've seen. It's my guess. So, but if it was a bed sheet and he did it to himself, it might not be as much fighting marks on his hands. I don't know. Just
We'll
a
see.
theory.
See what else Mark has to offer as we're always keeping our eye on this Epstein son of a bitch, just so everybody knows.
Piece of shit.
May not make every episode, but we always got an eye on it. If there's news, we got it for you. So hopefully who somebody agreed before that those markings don't look like sheet to me. I just feel like that's going to be considerably different.
I get that. That makes sense. I mean, I don't know though how I don't know what that would look like. Sheet compared to whatever else.
Yeah. Tucker Carlson, Frankie C.
Speaking of pieces of shit,
did you see? He's a journalist. Please treat him with.
Is he? Okay. Thank you.
Did you see the Tucker Carlson interview? Did you watch it?
No, I did not.
Okay. Did you see any clips at all?
I saw still photos.
With Putin?
With Putin, and I saw one clip of Putin saying something like you were not allowed in the CIA or something like that. I don't remember exactly what he said, but something like making fun of Tucker in a way.
Making fun of Tucker Carlson. How could anybody?
Yeah.
Goddamn national treasure. Well, I guess he was in, I don't even know where, but he's at a World Governments Summit, and CNBC has the clip. This is everywhere on Twitter right now, so we'll share it for you. So this is just a couple hours ago that he was up doing, like a Q&A, and he had this to say.
What was radicalizing, very shocking and very disturbing for me was the city of Moscow, where I'd never been, the biggest city in Europe, 13 million people. And it is so much nicer than any city in my country. I had no idea. My father spent a lot of time there in the 80s when he worked for the US government and barely had electricity. And now it is so much cleaner and safer and prettier aesthetically. It's architecture, it's food, it's service than any country, city in the United States that you have to, and this is non-ideological. How did that happen? How did that happen? And at a certain point, I don't think the average person cares as much about abstractions as about the concrete reality of his life. And if you can't use your subway, for example, as many people are afraid to in New York City because it's too dangerous, you have to sort of wonder, like, isn't that the ultimate measure of leadership? And that's true, by the way, it's radicalizing for an American to go to Moscow. I didn't know that, I've learned it this week, to Singapore, to Tokyo, to Dubai and Abu Dhabi. Because these cities, no matter how we're told they're run and on what principles they're run, are wonderful places to live that don't have rampant inflation, where you're not going to get raped.
Sir,
and so,
excuse me.
What is that?
What a dick.
I like this. I don't know who was interviewing him other than a villain from an upcoming Marvel movie. He's like, excuse me.
Yeah. What a dick. He's, I'm sorry, but just these cities are, it's better than these. And you're not going to get raped, says, how do you know that?
With inflation.
What a bold and first of all, inflation is global. It's everywhere.
You are correct.
Secondly, he outright just praised the leadership in Russia. He just said, "Oh, that just comes down to leadership or whatever."
Right. Essentially, he's saying the dictator has got it.
Putin's doing a great job.
Yes.
That's basically what he.
Well, let's be honest. If he didn't say this stuff about Russia, the other stuff he's not that far off from. Let's be honest. Look what's going on in New York City.
Yeah. Okay.
It ain't great now. It ain't that a little bit of truth to that, right?
Yes. Listen, is crime a part of life in New York City? Yes.
It's part of crime. Crime is a part of life in almost every. It's got to be in almost every city, unless there's like a city with 4 people in it, in the middle of nowhere. If you have
Well, then that's
thousands,
called a
millions of
town.
people,
That's not called a city.
there's gonna be crime.
But my point was, there's crime in New York. Is it more than it ever has been before? Because I still don't think we've reached the status of where we were in the 80s. I mean,
Absolutely not. Crime in the 80s was insane.
that was bad, if you ask me. What we're going through now is different. Like, would I like it if they prosecuted the people who steal shit out of the stores? Yeah, I would.
Okay, I have to say something about this because honestly, it really got on my nerves today that I have
What?
to fucking try to go get someone to open up a case for me because I want to buy Advil. Meanwhile, there's people who come into these stores, grab all the shit that they want to fucking steal, and then leave and have nothing done to them.
You could do that too, but you're not a criminal. That's
The point is, we cater to criminals nowadays.
Okay.
We do.
You shouldn't have waited. You should have just took a hammer to it.
Well, what's funny? The button that you're supposed to press?
Yeah.
It wasn't there. I go
grab someone to help you.
Right. But when you have kids with you and you want to get out of the store as soon as possible, now you have to walk all the way to the front. You have to wait on that line again because there's no one walking around.
Where are you going that Advil is behind a locked thing? I mean,
Frank, every store. Every
no,
CVS,
I go
every
to
Walgreens.
Frank.
I go to these stores.
Friday.
You know she lives in a bad neighborhood. You don't have to rub it in.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't matter. Even the
there's
old
like
neighborhood that you're from,
everything
is locked.
There are certain things that are behind glass cases or whatever. But I go to Dwayne Reed and I go to CVS. None of the medicine, not none of it, but there are Advil. It's all you can just grab whatever you want. They're not
I'm gonna have to go to the one you go to and
right.
prove to you that now it is because.
And first of all, I just did a quick Google search: crime rate NYC. Overall index crime declined 4.1% in November of 2023 compared to the same month the year before. Crime rate. This is according to NYC.gov, NYPD website.
If you choose to believe the government, I guess what you're saying is accurate.
All right, do your own statistics then. I don't know. You map the crime rate yourself if you want. I'm just saying it looks like I'm reading things that say it's overall crime is down across New York. This is December of 2023, according to CBS News. So there's a lot of things saying crime has decreased.
Bird says she has to call the CIA to get some perfume.
Yeah. Well, it's not even that. It's okay. If I want to have a simple headache and I have to basically, excuse me, I have to wait for it. Like literally wait for it. Where criminals can go in and take whatever they want and leave.
Yeah.
Sorry, that's not fair. And then also,
it's not. Of course not.
Detergent is behind.
All right, I don't know what neighborhood you're in.
Frank, it's all over, Frank.
It's not.
We all can't live in nice places like you live in, Frank. Okay.
Yeah. No, I go to. Yeah, I shop. In one place, Frank, and I put blinders on. I don't
Frank,
look at anything else.
I've
been to other places.
This week, I'm going to your town, and I'm going to go check the CVS and the.
Go for it.
They won't let you in, Janine. Not into his mansion community.
Detergent. I'm sorry, but those giant detergent bottles, it's not behind. There's a Stop and Shop. You could get detergent. It's not behind a glass thing.
He doesn't know, Janine, because he sends his butler to go to the store for him. He hasn't shopped in years.
Okay. It's the most dumbest things that. But the thing is, what they do is these companies look and see what has been stolen the most, and that's how they determine what gets locked up.
No, that makes sense, and I'm all for. I get that there was a wave of people just walking out with shit, and that needs to stop. I get it. No, I understand, and that's bullshit. And it sucks, but we have to figure that out. So if it's put something behind a thing, then not everything is behind glass. It's called
making people responsible for what they do. But in New York City, we don't do that.
I agree.
We don't.
I agree. There should be, obviously, there should be consequences for that. You steal, you go to prison, you go to jail, whatever it is. I understand, and I'm with you.
Well, that's why I think I started this, right? Is like, I'd love it if they locked up those people a bit more. I love it if you do something, if you assault somebody or whatever, you go to jail and you stay there for a while instead of getting released right away. So I think we've got some issues there that could be probably cleaned up and tightened up a little bit. I think there are some smaller crimes that maybe should be prosecuted a bit more than they're doing. But that being said, you still can't compare that to living in a dictatorship where this guy is pretending like he can just throw out some Fox News talking points of, the subway's not safe and inflation's killing us.
Fear mongering. Look how terrible it is in this country. Meanwhile, Russia. What a great. I mean, Why do you think everybody looks at Tucker Carlson and goes, "Well, he's Putin's fucking mouthpiece"? That's all they play over there. In Russia, Putin he's like the number one American journalist that they play in Russia. It's like, what do you? Of course, he's kissing his ass and he's shitting on his own country.
And even that, I bet you they edit it down to just give you the nice parts. Like, I don't think they're letting everything that he says go on over their air. That's just not what dictatorships do. No, because he has criticized Putin. Like, even in the interview, there were moments where he does challenge Putin, to a degree and a little bit here and there.
Yeah, he did. I did see him.
Cool.
And got a little nasty with him back.
Yeah. One of the ones that I talked about in the last episode was I forget the name of the journalist that's over there that Putin's holding in prison. And, he's like, "Why are you holding this guy? He's just a journalist." And he's like, no, he got confidential information. He's like, "No, he didn't." He's like, "He didn't get confidential." He's like, "Come on." He's like, you could let him go. Probably. He's not gonna, he basically said to him, "You're not going to exchange him for anybody. He's worthless. He's not part of the CIA." And Putin was like, he got documents. I don't care what you say. So he did challenge him on that a little bit. And there was a couple of other times where he did challenge him. So my point is, I don't think that stuff's getting aired over in Russia, but I think these things and some of the other points where he probably was making nice with him, that stuff probably is going on because I get it. He challenges America a bit. He calls out America for their bullshit, which is fine. We all do it, right? We've done it on this show. We'll continue.
Yeah, absolutely. But don't sit there and go, "Look at this dictatorship who kills journalists like it's it's a bodily function," and and go, "Oh, look how great it is to live over here. The buildings are nice. There's no crime." It's like, if you want, to live in a dictatorship, go ahead. But that's not what that's about over here. This is
that's the
freedom.
That's a great point, right? Because it's like, if it's really so great over there, then go live there. If you really feel that much, if you really felt that way, then go live there. Move your family there because his family lives on Park Avenue in the city with drivers and security people and all that stuff. So it's not his problem. He can go around saying shit and not have to back it up with actual statements. He's not like everybody else who's, working and living in the city or around the suburbs that has to experience all this stuff.
Plus, he's taking whatever anybody is going through. They have experiences with crime. Something happened to them. There's certain amount of fear. He's playing off of that and going, "See all this crime that you've experienced? Well, look how dangerous that is. Well, who do you have to blame for that?" It's like, no, there's crime everywhere, and you can't blame the president for someone who robbed a store.
And his delivery is flawless too, and here's some truth to the matter. And I think this is everybody, but definitely mostly Americans. We all feel that anywhere else, but right here, it must be terrible. And this is, so I feel like this is a human emotion. It is definitely an American emotion. It's definitely an American emotion, so much so that you ask any New Yorker, like, "Would you ever live in Pittsburgh?" And they would be like, "Fuck no. What would the fuck is in Pittsburgh? Right. I'm not going to be able to get a bagel over there or a slice of pizza. That's absurd. Like, we don't even want to live in other parts of our own country. We skeeve and look down on our own other cities. So foreign cities, you can forget it. There's nobody that is sitting here going, I wonder if Moscow's great this time of year, or even, what, like, you name it, any area. It's never going to happen. Like, that's not going to be a part of our.
Yeah, and as much as we
DNA.
go, Pittsburgh or this place or that place, whatever you want to, if you live in this country and you go, oh, this place is terrible, but when it comes down to it, it's still, you're like, yeah, but it's still, if I had to live there, I'd live there. It's still America.
Well, because
right,
we'd live in Pittsburgh versus living
in a dictatorship,
right?
Yeah,
and any other fuck town over there on the other side of the world. Yeah, like it doesn't even matter. What's the place? He mentioned it. What's the place in the Middle East that's like huge?
Gotta be a little more specific.
Abu Dhabi.
Abu Dhabi.
Okay.
Like you look at Abu Dhabi and it's like all these huge buildings and it's like, here's a beach, there's a city, and they built it. It's like this modern thing, all this stuff. I look at that and I go, you can't. I'm never fucking going there. I'm never gonna even fucking visit there.
Hello, can I tell you something? Some girl I went to high school with, they opened up this club. It was like a New York City club here, and they opened one there, and she was invited to go there, like kind of like run like the dancing part of it. She moved there 8 years ago. She's not back. She's like, yeah, I'll never come back to New York. She's like, it's beautiful here. She's like,
there are places that are great. I kind of disagree. There are places around the world that are great cities, great places to live. Millions of people, billions of people, live outside of the United States, and it's not bad. But when you're sitting here going, well, Putin's running a great country, it's like, no, that's some bullshit.
It's insulting. It's insulting to be like, oh, these couple of talking points that I'm gonna convince everybody that you living under a dictator is better than living under Joe, because that's what he's doing, right? That's
exactly what he's trying to say.
It's not America per se, it's Joe Biden's America, which he's taking a shot at, which again, I'm okay with the Republicans and the Democrats fighting with each other, but don't do it like this, where you pull this whole huge thing and you're like, what I didn't realize was so great is Russia, and look how shitty we're living over there. His delivery is flawless. Like, he does it. Like, you could just see people on the right hear this and go, fuck. They're not mad at Tucker. They're mad at Joe.
Yeah, because what's the logic? Because if you follow along with Tucker Carlson's thought process, then the logical conclusion is, well, Putin's doing such a great job. Look how great Moscow is. Trump has said he wants to be a dictator on day one, and everybody's calling him that, and he wants to run it that way, and they're making all these comparisons to dictatorships and blah blah blah. So then he would do a great job, and it would be just like that. So I think that we would want to live just like the people in, just like Moscow. It's like, what? He's making the comparison of Trump would do the same kind of job, in my opinion. That's what it sounds like.
Well, I'd love to tell you you're fucking batshit crazy, but I just can't in this particular instance. I just can't.
And again, there are thousands and thousands of cities around the world that are wonderful, beautiful, greatly, they're run in the best way. But when you get down to it, is it under a dictatorship? Is it a free place to live? Do you have all your freedoms? That's when it gets like, all right, well, it might be. It might be a clean town, but you say something, you go to jail.
Russia.
But you can get thrown in jail just for looking at someone the wrong way. It's like, well, no.
All right.
You know what's funny? I wonder, like, if my grandparents on my father's side were still alive, what they would think about what's going on now, since they came from there. You know what I mean? Like,
right. It's a great point, Janine. Like, you ask anybody that parents or grandparents migrated to this country, and they would all say that this statement is batshit crazy.
Yeah, I wonder if they would agree with him or not.
I don't think they would, because you had generations of people coming here for a better life, and most people with a head on their shoulders would tell you this is still the greatest place to live. Like, all right,
Yeah.
is it the most beautiful or picturesque? No, you could obviously pick other places that are better, but is there opportunity like there once was 40, 50 years ago? No, I don't believe that there is. I think the opportunity is a bit more limited these days.
Mm-hmm.
But
And
still,
other countries beat us in certain things. I get
of
it.
course. I don't believe that America. Listen, are we the clear-cut greatest country? We have shit to work on. Of course we do.
No.
But it's like, again, selling this idea that I think it's still one of the greatest places in the world to live. I think there is still opportunity. There is still freedom of speech. There are still all the things that make America wonderful still here. They have always been here. They have never gone away.
That make America great again, you mean?
That make America great again. Now, I have to
imagine going to like Russia right now, for all intents and purposes, they're our enemy. They're fighting a war. They invaded a country, and they want nothing but to take over that country. And we're sanctioning them. We're doing all this stuff. We're enemies at the moment. Imagine someone, an American, going over there and saying, "Well, this place is run better than America." It's like, what are you doing?
You're right.
You're going over there and praising the enemy's leader.
Well, obviously, he says these things for
attention.
Yeah, and ratings.
Well, yeah,
I'll tell you that though. You know who is organized, Frank? Who had stuff on lockdown, had everybody moving in one direction? Was that Hitler? I mean, you just couldn't get. Well, listen. Well, follow me here. Wait, I should have a fucking bow tie.
You should have a bow tie.
That's my fucking header.
Stupid face.
I mean, it's essentially you're saying that not that Putin is Hitler, but it's kind of like going. You could do it with anybody. You could be like, well, everything was clean when Hitler was running shit.
Yeah, wasn't that much crime, but when you have a gun to the back of your head, there's not gonna, you're not gonna step out of line. Or whatever.
Everybody feared for their lives, no matter what.
Exactly. So that's
even non-Jewish people feared for their lives because it was whatever he wanted. That was it. And Putin is no different because if you go against him, that you're not going to live.
Yeah, that's not. You don't praise that kind of shit.
All right.
I don't understand.
Now, I don't like apologizing because I'm rarely ever wrong.
Granted.
But I feel, thanks. But I feel that I must say I am sorry to Karen, who is from Pittsburgh and quite lovely said, we have pizza and bagels.
Yeah, why did you jump on Pittsburgh right away?
I don't know. Pittsburgh takes an awful lot of shit from me. Let's be honest. Part of it is
you're not a Penguins fan. You
it's
hate
the Penguins and the Islanders rivalry. Yeah, I have a problem with Pittsburgh. I do. I've historically been known to pick on them. And then wrote a little "I love your show," which I feel like is the "please don't yell at me" way of being able to disagree with us.
Jay says, "What don't you agree with?"
I don't agree with that. The U.S. is the best country in the world.
More Americans need to travel outside of the U.S. Maybe then they will have a different perspective. I think there's some truth to that. Like I said, we are going to just automatically think everywhere else is shitty.
I get it. There's pride in our country. We have pride in our own country. I get
Especially
that
in
other
New York,
countries.
let's be honest.
Yeah, no, and other countries beat us in this category and that category and this category, but it's still a great place to be proud of. There's a lot of shit wrong, especially nowadays, especially with the political climate, the way things are going. There's a lot of shit we need to work on. But our point is to look at a dictator and go, he's running the show great over here. We're not doing we should be doing the same kind of job at home. He didn't say that verbatim, but I'm paraphrasing and making assumptions here. But to go on TV and say, I went to this dictatorship, this city is crime free and it's run great. It's run better than any city in New York in United States. That's some bullshit. And I agree with you, Jay said. We're not the best at everything. United States, we're not. I get it. But there is a certain amount of you have to be proud of where you're from, and if you don't like something, you participate and work on changing it. I don't know.
I think Canada's better than America.
Canada's got some good points. A little cold, but other
I
than
say that it's very cold. It's very cold. I don't
Because
care
you
if
like
it's
the
cold.
hockey.
I love the hockey. I love the hockey. And people there are more polite. They're just more polite. Like that is a true stereotype. Even in Toronto, which is their biggest city.
Toronto's great. I love
There's
Toronto.
an air of politeness amongst those people that you just don't find anywhere else.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I agree with Wit H. If you find yourself siding with Putin, that's basically what we're saying. That's our whole point of this whole diatribe that we've been on.
But I ask
if you find
everybody,
yourself siding with Putin, then you're part of the problem. Yes.
what's the best country? What's the greatest country then? I mean,
I don't think because in what category? Like the greatest country in education, the greatest country in science, the greatest country.
Well, would you agree with this? This is for everybody. We're at the lowest point of America, close to it. Maybe not the lowest point, but we're in a pretty deep
We had some.
low.
I don't know. Slavery was pretty fucking low.
Slavery was low. The
That
Great
may have been the
Depression, I would
lowest.
say, is a low point. Certainly.
Slavery, Civil War, that whole thing was a huge.
Civil War was a bad. Yeah. So yes, I agree. Not the worst time, but as far as let's say in modern times, right? Industrial world on. We're kind of in the lull.
What do you mean?
Right.
We're in okay. So for instance, you can't say this is the lowest point of in America because you don't have to go back too far to where a black person had to sit in a separate part of the fucking diner.
That's pretty fucking low for that's
And
it wasn't that
women's
long
voting
ago.
right. Yeah, you just name it. Like it was all not great, right? So it's clearly better now than it was then. But as far as opportunity goes, growth,
I think there are more opportunities today than there were, especially for
probably
more diverse people. There's more opportunities. There's you go back 50 years, not everybody had the same opportunities. Like you were just saying. There was I forget who it was, but there's people, a common thing that comedians and reporters do when they go around and they ask people that are wearing the Make America Great Again stuff, they go, when was America great? And why, you're going to make it great again? Well, okay. What was that point where it was great?
Can I tell you when it was at its greatest?
Okay.
October 25th, 1982.
That's
There
when
was
you
a
were
s-
born. Oh my God, I hate
There
you.
was a
worst.
spark that day, and
I don't know, man.
country's never been the same.
That's true. I'll give you that.
So Super Bowl recap. All right.
Wait, grass isn't always greener. Look at this, Robin. Canada has hockey pucks locked behind the glass. That's actually true. I've
See?
heard that.
You see that?
So,
Thank you, Robin.
good
What was
point
my
there.
point? What was I saying? I don't even remember what I was just. what
I
was
don't know.
just
You
saying?
said a lot. You were really.
I was
This one
just
got
saying
you.
something. Someone help me out.
You were saying
Oh,
Super
okay.
Bowl recap. Go ahead.
No, real quick. The people go on interview
When was
people at
America
like
great?
rallies. When was America
Yeah.
great? And
Yeah.
they always give a moment in history. Oh, the 50s. Oh, you mean when there was not equal rights and women didn't have as much, all this stuff that was wrong. So it wasn't great for everybody over our history.
Mm.
Do you know what I mean? There's always a point where, when was America? Oh, the 80s. Really? When the LGBTQ community had to hide in the closet and the AIDS epidemic and everything was, it was fucked up time for, may not have been fucked up for you, but for people in general, there's never it was great for everybody moment.
Mhm.
It's always something's fucked up. So we're always constantly working on it. And that's why Make America Great Again. What exactly do you mean? When was it great? I mean, it's great for some people. It's great for everybody.
I'll tell you when it was great.
Yeah.
When Tupac, Biggie, and Little Kim came out with their albums in the 90s. We will
Diss
never
albums.
get that time back ever.
Yeah, that was a great time. That was a
Okay.
great time.
It's good albums. Good albums.
The 90s were good overall. You had the .com boom. Everybody was getting on the internet. Biggie and Tupac, as she said. I mean, it didn't end well, but still great music.
Super Bowl recap. Someone is pushing
Super Bowl
me.
recap.
Someone is
Okay,
pushing
Super Bowl
me.
recap.
Super Bowl recap, damn it. Boring game for 3 quarters.
Yeah, because it was a tug of war that just didn't move.
Yeah.
Nobody was budging really. It was one touchdown out of three quarters, right?
Right. Can I tell you something? And you could call me a liar. I was never in doubt that the Chiefs were going to win.
Yeah.
Cuddles was
Really?
rooting against the Chiefs. She doesn't like the Mahomes brother, which I get. I don't think anybody likes him. And
he's fine. I'm not wrong. What
no, he's
what's-
got like assault charges against him. And,
Oh, does he?
Yeah.
He's
The brother's bad news. Father got arrested for DWI.
Oh, his brother.
Mahomes' brother, not
Oh,
Kelsey.
I'm sorry, not Mahomes.
You thought I meant Kelsey, right?
No. I thought you meant Mahomes himself.
Oh no, Mahomes is I don't know how that guy turned out so good with his brother being a piece of shit and his
Yeah,
father
I like
constantly
Mahomes.
drinking and driving. Yeah. So, and I think she's fed up with the Taylor thing, maybe a little bit. I don't know, but she was like, I'm kind of rooting for the 49ers. I'm like, all right.
Mm.
And I kind of felt bad because she was like, oh, they're gonna win it. I'm like,
I got to tell you, the 49ers were looking. It was their game. I said it to Aaron. We were watching. I said it's their game to lose because they've got this game under their control. Even though the scoring was very close,
yeah,
they were pretty much dominating the first half of the game.
they did. But that whole time, I just felt like at some point Mahomes is gonna break loose, and they're not gonna be able to stop. Like I thought that they needed to have another 10 points to feel comfortable. Because
Oh,
I don't think he
absolutely.
could have exploded, but just being
Wait,
up by a
who?
touchdown or 10 points.
Mahomes.
Mahomes. Mahomes has historically just beaten people at the last moment.
Yeah,
And he always finds a way to win.
It was like the camp. But Aaron, that's Aaron's line. She said that to me. She's like, because he was control. He was dominated the second half of the game. It was all him. He was running the ball himself. He couldn't
Right.
find anybody to pass it to, so he was just running it through to get the first down himself. He did that. I don't know how many times.
Yeah.
But then he had it. It was he wasn't getting as much help as he needed,
Right.
and he was just doing it himself for the most part.
Well, it was boring. Out of all the sports, I mean, I think I'm pretty well versed in sports. Like I like sports, but football, I just don't get. I just don't. I've tried to, I just don't get it. So, yeah, I mean,
Wait, you don't get? Say it again. You don't get what?
I don't get it. I just don't get football.
Oh, football.
I love
You don't
football.
understand it, or you don't,
don't
understand why
understand
people
it.
like it.
Both. To tell you
Well,
the
there are
truth.
some weird rules there that I don't get, but you
Yeah.
you understand the game, like how it's like what the goals are and what the
Yeah,
you know.
but like first down, second down, like I just.
Oh,
stupid
it's just you got
shit.
4 chances to get 10 yards, and
I
then
know,
once
but
you
I
get
don't
those
like
10
it.
yards, it starts over. That's all.
She doesn't
dumb.
like it. Don't try and talk her
Okay.
into it. She doesn't like it.
But one thing I didn't get, there was a penalty called for intentional grounding.
Yes.
What the hell is that? Isn't that a tackle?
No,
If
you
I
can't.
intentionally ground someone, then I'm tackling them.
You have to try. No. That it's the football. It's not the player.
Okay.
Intentional grounding is when you throw the ball not at somebody. So if I'm going to throw the ball away, like if nobody's open, I can't just throw the ball down in front of me or throw the ball 2 yards away from me. That's intentional grounding.
Or you have
So
to
if
make
you-
like you're passing it.
If you don't get it close enough to a receiver somewhere,
Oh,
that's intentional grounding.
okay. Now that makes sense.
So that's
You're
why
right.
most of the time they throw it out of bounds, because if there's somebody close to the sidelines, they can throw it and not have it be intercepted.
I got you.
And so
All
if
right,
they
so now
don't,
that makes sense.
yeah, so if they don't get it far enough, it's a problem.
Appreciate it.
A lot of little things. I don't think we're going to go in any particular order. I'm just going to spit these out as I get them. Everybody complains for the amount of times that they show Taylor Swift, right?
It wasn't that much. I thought it wasn't that much, to be honest. At the end, yeah. But
Right. I said
But
in
during
the
the
first
game-
half, I go, they have not gone to Taylor nearly enough as they should be.
yeah,
And then as Kansas City started to move, then they started putting her on, and I think it gave him the juice. Anyway, they showed Taylor Swift 12 times on the Super Bowl out of a 4-hour and 8-minute broadcast. Do you know how much total screen time she had?
12 times. That's it. Wait, just during the game, not after,
During the game.
not during like the speeches and the trophies and all that.
Correct.
Okay, just during the game, I'll say she had 60 seconds.
Janine?
I would say,
Just during the
maybe 48
5 quarters.
seconds.
48 seconds.
48 seconds. Robin says 57 seconds. These
Oh,
are
he gave me the dollar. What did he bid? 60 seconds? I'm going to bid 59. That's like, you suck.
these are phenomenal guesses, by the way.
Mercury, 46. Okay.
54 was the answer.
54. Okay.
See, I would have thought if I said 12 times, that would have thrown people off a bit more.
Yeah, because it wasn't for long periods of time. There was a couple where she was, jumping and cheering, but that was a couple of seconds,
Yes.
at the most 5 seconds, maybe.
It was the longest thing, though, because B-roll of Caesar's Palace and places around Vegas got 27 seconds. The Sphere got 23 seconds. I love that Sphere. I can't stop looking at it.
Yeah, we got to go to that somehow.
Yeah, I'm going to say he needs to go, right?
Dying to go.
But did you see that video I sent you about the Sphere?
What was that?
Heads up to anybody who gets tickets to a show at the Sphere. There is a section
Oh, yeah, I saw this.
Yeah,
underneath an overhang, and you can't see the Sphere. You could see just in front of you, and you can't see the rest of it. So, and it doesn't, and you're not going to know. You just, if you know what seat you're in, look it up, because otherwise it doesn't say obstructed view or anything.
Which is kind of screwed up because technically it's not an obstructed view. You can see the stage without obstruction. But you're right. It kind of is because the show is the whole thing.
Yeah, you can't see the rest. You can't see above 30 feet above the stage and all the way back. It's gone. You can't see any of that. You're under a thing. That's messed up. And the guy in the video I sent you, the guy had no idea. He's like, I'm sitting here. There was a woman who paid $500 for her seat to see. I guess it was U2. I don't know what show they were at.
Yeah, still U2. Yeah,
was it still U2? She couldn't see the rest of the whole dome. She saw the screen around the stage.
So Dead and Company is going next. I don't know if John Mayer is going to be a part of that because he's been part of their touring outfit. Lots of rumors that it's Beyonce and Metallica is the fourth one that I keep hearing a lot. Metallica, because here's the thing with the Sphere, it's set up for residencies because you have to design a show for that area. You can't just you can't just go there for a one night. I mean, maybe they will eventually, but right now they're doing it all residency style. So Grateful Dead is next, and then I hear Beyonce and I hear Metallica after them.
That would be insane. How many? Do we know how big it is? How many people?
It's huge. It's like 17, 18,000 seats.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah.
That would be good.
It's pretty impressive. So they showed the Sphere 23 seconds worth. Post Malone drinking a Bud Light got 22 seconds of screen time. DJ Cascade got 13 seconds, and Brock Purdy's family got 12 seconds.
Okay.
Yeah.
How many seconds did Kelsey?
Yeah.
Kelsey not playing yet?
Yeah. So, okay, couple of things on Kelsey. Two things makes me uncomfortable with Travis Kelsey. Him screaming.
That was insane.
At Andy Reid.
That was absurd. Erin got up and walked away for a second, and I said, "What was that?" And she goes, "Well," and I said, "He just yelled in his face and caused him to startled him and caused him to drop his shit, and it was like he was attacking him." I was like, "Holy, what is this?"
Yeah,
it was out of nowhere, and it was crazy. Surprised I didn't focus on that more.
Janine, you saw that?
I didn't see that part live, but I pretty much that's how I asked my husband to help with the dishes.
And the whole thing,
or go down on me. All right, it's the second one.
It wasn't like it was a play where it was like throw me the ball or whatever. He was mad because there was a fumble and he got taken out of the game to give him a rest.
Oh, I didn't know why. I didn't know actually why he got mad at him.
That's why he was screaming at him, "Keep me in the game."
Oh, okay.
that was a bit much. Like I like, and I talked to a big Swiftie today, and I go, "You're not worried about that at all? A little bit of.
That's
I know you're in the heat of the game, but that's your coach, and he's old and fragile. I mean,
yeah.
I felt
I would
bad.
just-
I was like, he scared the shit out of him.
People yell at old men. Oh,
yeah, it was a
messed
real.
up.
It made you feel really bad for him. So
Yeah,
I worry about Taylor a little bit now because it's like
that was.
she better have that dinner on the table on time. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
Like, what if something's over seasoned?
good. I don't know, man.
can I just say I loved all of the coming attractions for the movies. The movie
Really?
trailers.
You know what though? I was disappointed because they used to show the trailers. They didn't show them. They showed a few seconds and then said trailers online.
Yeah,
There was a lot of that.
it costs a lot of money. That's why.
I get that, but remember back in the day they used to show the full because it would be like trailer's going to premiere on Super Bowl Sunday. It's like holy shit, and it would be.
Right.
I mean, all right, if you want to show a minute, but it was like 10 seconds and it was like full trailers online. All right.
I cannot wait to see Twister Part 2.
I was gonna say that was the worst one for me.
Oh, I want to see that. I love that movie. You're gonna laugh, but
I love it too. I grew up with that movie. I used to watch it
don't
all the
know why.
time. I love that movie. Helen Hunt should be. I hope she's in this one.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, why aren't they in it? The original people.
Well,
Forget-
Bill Pullman died.
Guys, spoiler alert.
No, not in the
Sorry.
movie. In real life, he's dead.
Oh, Bill Pullman's dead?
Yeah, or Paxton. Paxton. Sorry.
No, I think you got the wrong person. Oh, that's right. It's
I
not
don't
Bill
know.
Pullman in the movie. It's the other one.
Bill
And
Paxton is the one who died. Who
Is
passed
he
away.
still alive?
He died. Bill. Damn it.
You don't know the difference between Pullman and Paxton. I can't trust you anymore at this point.
Well, you tell me.
I also loved, only because I love it, the
He is dead. You're right.
He
the
died in
Dunkin'
real life.
commercial.
The Dunkin'. Oh God, that was so with Ben Affleck.
I do love it.
You didn't like it? I love the Dunkin' commercial.
Yeah.
I'm with Janine.
That was
Only
a little
because it's like a running joke. That's really how he got like hired for it, because it's a running joke. He's always photographed with an ice
like
Dunkin' looking pissed off.
Can I tell you something though? And I don't want to break your heart.
Uh-oh.
It is my understanding that him being photographed with the Dunkin' and him always with a miserable look on his face was all part of this.
Oh.
really? You think it's been like a year though? You think he's been doing this for a year just for that?
More than a year.
More than a year.
But he's been doing Dunkin' commercials where he's not miserable. He's been doing regular Dunkin' commercials.
No, I
Yeah,
think
but-
he only did one other one.
Wasn't it where he's like working there in the drive-through or something? Was that the only one?
That was last
I
year.
thought there
That
were-
was last
I thought there
Super
were
Bowl.
more.
No, that was last Super Bowl. Then he did a bunch with Ice Spice.
Yeah.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, in between now and then. And now it was the Dun Kings, the
Right.
boy group.
But like he just amps up his Boston accent. It's like it's just come on,
Yeah.
you don't talk like that anymore,
Well, they kind of do though.
does he?
They slip
No,
into it.
Boston, sure, but he's like overdoing it, isn't he?
Yeah, I loved it. But I heard that the one where he's smoking outside of the place, he's got that like that was staged. Him carrying all the Dunkin' all the time, all staged, all apart. Him at the whatever award show they were at,
Yeah.
where he looked miserable.
He had to
Staged.
keep that miserable persona for 4 hours at this award ceremony.
Mm-hmm. It was like all a part of this whole thing, and then and it's supposed to be like, look how happy I really am, though. Like it was all just like a what's up, and then
So you think from now on he'll be happy with his Dunkin'? We'll
Yeah,
get memes of him like,
By the way, I think him, like the rest of those people from that city, they love that shit. Like that's a stereotype that is true. Like us to bagels, like they have a thing with Dunkin' Donuts up there.
oh, there's a
do.
Dunkin' Donuts on every block.
It's insane.
Boston.
It's like it's worse than Starbucks in Seattle, I feel. Way worse.
But
Yep.
to be fair, I like Dunkin' Donuts. I go to Dunkin'
I
Donuts.
think it's terrible garbage, but whatever teaches on. It's fine.
All right.
But they love it up there. There's not one person that doesn't love Dunkin' Donuts up there.
I like it. Yeah. All right. What are the other?
Well, here's what else I love about it. Now, like today, I saw more. Like there was more scenes.
Oh yeah.
And I think we're going to see a lot more, from it. Matt Damon said that they did it for a whole day. It was one day's work. They had to do all the Tom Brady stuff quicker because he was only available for a couple hours. But he said he had a fucking blast doing it with Ben Affleck, that they had the whole day to do it together.
What is he doing that he can't film a Super Bowl commercial for a day?
Who, Tom Brady? Well,
Yeah.
how about this? Tom Brady was in like 3 fucking commercials. Did you notice that?
That's true.
He's in like all these commercials. Like he is determined to be a part of, like he will not let anybody forget.
And I don't think he was at the game. He could have been probably.
That's a good point. I don't think he was at the game.
Nobody spotted him at least.
You know who else wasn't at the game? Which I found to be a little suspicious.
Ooh.
Because Blake Lively was there.
Oh yeah.
Right. Oh, you think what's his name? Ryan Reynolds?
Ryan Reynolds was not there.
Also, that Tiny trailer. Did you watch the full one yet? For Deadpool and Wolverine?
Yes.
I did.
It does look good.
Oh god, I can't
looks
wait
really
for
good.
that.
Well, he wasn't there, but he ended up I didn't see how, but I read that he trolled Blake Lively somehow.
Did he?
Yeah, because he, you know how they mess with each other, they prank each other and whatever. So he kind of trolled her because she was at, because you could see it. They cut to her and Taylor Swift a lot. So she was always next to Taylor Swift. And he somehow, I don't remember how. I didn't see how he did it, but he kind of trolled her a little bit. So I don't think there was anything suspicious.
Well, because she wasn't wearing her wedding rings. So,
Really?
The internet was abuzz with
Yep.
wear them rings, Blake Lively. Yeah. Yeah. And that whole Taylor Swift crew. By the way, and John Krasinski is a part of this whole thing. At some point between John Krasinski giving dumb looks into a camera during The Office and now, he has become like a filmmaking master. Have you noticed this?
Master?
Like John Krasinski is the kind of go-to guy all of a sudden.
Well, he's making some movies. Is he the go-to guy?
Well, A Quiet Place was a huge movie, right?
Yes.
A Quiet Place 2, they said, was
very good. I saw. You didn't see it?
The trailer I saw, I was like, "Oh, that's it." I have to see the first one. I haven't seen the first one.
Oh, no, the trailer that it showed last night is for the third one.
Third one.
Oh, the third. This is 3.
Yeah, the second one has Cillian Murphy in it.
Oh, Jesus! I'm behind.
This is Lupita Nyong'o.
I love that.
Day one.
That series, right?
It is very good. It's a you know what it's about, right?
There's monsters that react to noise, so that's why everybody's quiet.
Yeah, monsters invade the planet and kind of take over, and they have
My kids would die in 5 seconds. That's it.
I know.
The kids, yeah.
We'd all be dead,
What
right?
happened?
The kids couldn't shut the fuck up. We would be dead.
Yeah.
See, I don't know how. I mean, I know there's conflict in the movie and everything, but I would just, I have a. I'm not going to spoil it. If I say it, it'll spoil. There'll be a spoiler. But I'd be like, I could solve this easily. Why can't we do it this way?
This is good. I wish the hosts were as funny as the goddamn audience.
Damn it,
Robin! I didn't hear anything about it. See, I mean, you
Boom.
can't. How could you compete with this?
You can't. That stuff's just that's good stuff right there.
But Krasinski's got another movie out or coming out called If, which is stands for Imaginary Friend.
That looks interesting. A lot of people in that. That's what's his name too. Ryan Reynolds is in that.
Yeah, because they like putties, and he's promoting it with an old bit from The Office.
Is he?
There's an Asian actor. He's much more well known now, but on The Office, there's a bit where one day, you know how they have the cold starts on The Office, where before the theme music plays, there's like a 45-second bit.
Yeah.
One of them is this Asian guy just goes in one day and sits where Jim sits, and so Dwight is like, "Can I help you?" And so the Asian guy pretends to be Jim,
That was just on the other day.
Was it?
Yeah, because I watched it.
So then you see a cutaway to them doing the talking head segment, and Jim and Pam, the real Jim, is sitting there like, oh, that's our friend Mike, who's an actor. We hired him just to fuck with Dwight. And then they cut back, and he goes, if you're Jim, then explain this. And he reaches for the picture of Jim and his family on his desk, and he turns it, and it's the Asian guy and his family. And he's like, what the fuck? So
I'm
now,
sorry, but poor Dwight.
So now that guy, that Asian actor, is in the promos for If, and Ryan Reynolds is like, who the fuck are you?
Yeah.
he's using the same bit.
I was confused by that because I don't remember that one. That's funny.
It's fucking brilliant. It's fucking brilliant. To call back an Office bit for your movie in 2024, that's pretty fucking great.
That is pretty good. I liked the Christopher Walken.
The
I knew
Walken
you
was
would.
good.
I
Yeah, it
knew
was a
you
good one.
would because I know how much you love him.
Because that was hysterical. You didn't like that one? J Sabs?
You know what? I didn't pay too much attention to all the. Like, I only really cared about the Duncan. And the.
Well, it was funny. It was because it was just everybody he ran into was doing an impression of him to his face. And it was just kind of annoying him, you know? That was pretty funny. The Duncan was good. What other ones did you like?
The Temu commercials are the worst. What the fuck were those people thinking?
Yeah, it was kind
but
of confusing.
it just proves I have to order for them. Now I have to.
I don't know what it is, but I thought Temu was like a scam. Like, didn't they have something about them?
I'm not sure.
And then I feel like every time I see a TikTok that's like with a half naked girl, and then they're like, look at the sound. And then it always shows like a Temu link. And I'm like, the whole thing turns me off to Temu altogether. I don't want nothing to do with it. I don't get it at all.
Yes, TD Freelancer, the Schwarzenegger one, that was funny.
That might have been my favorite one.
That was great. And then Danny DeVito, that was a good one.
And then he's like, it's on the paper. And then Danny DeVito comes in and steals it at the end.
I like when he sticks his face out from the shrubs. Neighbor. That was good. It was
I like the Mr. T and the Skechers. I thought that was an interesting take on the Mandela effect.
That was good.
It wasn't that great an execution, but what'd you guys think of halftime?
Oh,
Halftime started out. I liked it too. It started out slow a little bit. I was like, all right, but then it picked up, and it was great right after with Alicia Keys.
Yeah,
and then everybody started joining in. Alicia Keys, what's it called? I'm blanking on names. Help me out.
Ludacris,
yeah, Lil Jon. When they started joining in, it was a party. And then when he jumped on, when he was in the roller skates, I thought that was a cool thing to do. When they were dancing on roller skates, it was entertaining.
Cool, and also a little like, this is a little scary.
Yeah, not easy to do, I'm sure.
What's his face?
But yeah, it started out for me a little slow. But then
what'd you say, Jane?
Jermaine Dupri. You know who that is? No, you guys have no clue.
I know who Jermaine Dupri
know
is.
him. Yeah.
Was he there?
He wore those little white socks. People thought it was CeeLo.
Oh.
The bald guy, that was Jermaine Dupri?
I thought you said you knew who he was.
Oh, he didn't look like that, though. He's changed. Yeah. He looks different now.
Oh. Yeah, I didn't know who that was.
I didn't know that was Jermaine Dupri.
But I thought overall a good show.
I'm with you. I thought he did a couple of slower songs up front.
Yeah.
Like in a row. It was kind of, and I thought he was going to start with the Lil Jon, but he didn't.
That was a good way to do it, though.
It was a good move, though, because the way the pacing worked. I thought he was kind of on Alicia Keys' ass a bit much, though. Didn't that make anybody else a little uncomfortable?
That was a story.
Didn't make me uncomfortable at all.
But I was kind of like, you gotta kind of grab Ludacris's ass at this point to make it feel like a fair thing, that you're just kind of into. He was kind of on her a bit much, I felt.
Well,
yeah, and
I'll tell you something.
Go ahead.
Hey, wait, I'm sorry. Her husband was like, I don't like he posted something Instagram like, you guys always have to focus on the negative. I don't care. Like, basically, he didn't care that he was touching her like that. I don't think it was that bad. I mean, they were both like into the song, whatever. But he was like,
Yeah.
I'm confident in my relationship. So
Right.
Good
not
for
like
him.
she was
Maybe-
deep throating him.
And it was part of like the choreography or whatever it was. And,
or he's just a cuckold and he loved it.
but what he did you? I don't know what if it's his thing. I mean, he had the one glove on. He was kind of Michael Jacksoning a little bit. You know.
You know, I
Did you
didn't
notice
notice
that?
the one glove thing until afterwards. Everybody was pointing it out.
I noticed it at the time. I was like, oh, and it's the way. I won't say the exact same, but he was similar dance moves, I guess. The
Way similar. Yeah.
to Michael Jackson. So that was, you know,
But he could
then
fucking
had the one-
dance. He
could
always
dance.
could.
Guy could
He
move.
always, yeah, he could always fucking dance. And the roller skating, when he came out on the roller skates, I was like, fuck, this is a good, like, this is, I don't think people get how hard this is to do,
Yeah,
you
no,
know?
that was really good.
Right.
And he was still singing fairly a lot. There was a time when
Right.
Yeah.
he stopped, but I give him credit for how much he actually did sing during that entire performance, because it was way more than most people do in their Super Bowl performances.
The sound on his mic wasn't that great in the beginning. I don't know if they improved it halfway through or something.
Yeah.
But when he was singing, it was in and out a little bit. It was the volume was off or something was right.
Well, I think it was moving too, and it's one of those mics where unless you're right on it, unless
Yeah.
it's right here, it ain't gonna work. So as it was moving, I think it was a little fucked up.
Right.
But I thought there was going to be once they came out in roller skates. I thought there was going to, because it's live, there was going to be something that, but they executed it perfectly.
Well, one girl did break her ass. One girl fell.
Did she? I didn't see that.
Yeah, I didn't see it until afterwards. Somebody put a clip online where there was like a girl sliding down a pole, and she went right
Ooh.
down. Yeah, I think she's okay, but
Oh boy!
yeah, she definitely broke something.
I saw that the people were getting thrown 20 feet in the air or whatever it was.
Yeah.
See that? It was
But the
crazy
little
stuff.
when Little John came on the screen,
Yeah,
that was pure. Like that was
that was a party.
amazing.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was really good.
and he still sounded good. You know, his okay. You know, his whole thing. He sounded
Sounded
great.
great. Yeah.
It was great.
And then Ludacris, I thought it was really good. I'm surprised some people didn't like it because I thought it was pretty friggin' good.
Yeah.
For a perform. I wonder how it'll age with people, how it'll stick in our heads. Because what's weird about the commercials last night, there were some good ones, but years ago, and I don't know if this is just our attention span now or whatever, I feel like years ago, you would just be talking and thinking about those commercials for days to come.
Yeah, they're not like they used to, right?
They're just not. Remember the
Wonder what
kid
that
with the
is.
Volkswagen and he turns it on like he thinks he's turning it on.
Yeah, the Jedi thing.
I still think about that commercial. Like it'll still pop in my mind every now and then.
Yeah, I think there's a little too much focus on the star power. What big actor can we get in this commercial?
Yeah.
And what special effects can we use and how big of a budget? But that one is a simple concept of a commercial. That what's the budget on that? But now all these commercials have to be like crazy effects, and we got to get the biggest stars in the world to be in them.
Yeah.
It's like you're not the most effective and memorable ones. Like you said, it's the one with the kid looking out the window. That was a great one.
That was a great one. Or even like the old Budweiser commercials with the frogs, and even with like Spuds McKenzie. Like who gave a shit about Spuds McKenzie? But you tuned in every year. Like what's Spuds McKenzie going to be doing this year?
Right.
Exactly.
It's kind of exciting. You don't really have that much anymore. And this Gronkowski with the kick of destiny, just shut the fuck up. I don't know why.
Was that real?
It happened like 2 seconds before the game starts. It was so stupid. He missed the kick again.
Yeah, what was that? They did that last year?
They did it last year, and then he decided he was going to do it again this year.
What was that for? It was just for something for people to bet on?
Yeah, to bet on
FanDuel, right.
To join and bet on it and all that kind of shit.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. But I agree with Janine. The movie ones, I think they were the ones that had the most kind of buzz about them.
Yeah, that's true.
Because people are talking about, out of everything that I've heard today, it was Deadpool.
Yeah.
Deadpool. Yeah, because the buzz is, of course, if Wolverine's not in it, it's not going to get as it's not wouldn't be as big of a
Yeah.
buzz.
Well, he's definitely in it, but they're saying
yeah.
they're saying that the Hulk might be in it. There's if you go and look at the Easter egg, just Google Easter eggs.
Oh, there's a lot of shit going
There's-
on in that trailer.
A lot.
Well, have you seen? I don't know if you guys watched the Loki series. There's 2 seasons out.
No.
No.
All right. Well, in that series, the whole thing takes place in the TVA, the time variance, something. I don't alliance, maybe like that. And it's people who control the timeline, and that's where Deadpool somehow gets taken. You see it in the trailer, the TVA, and it's the logo, and it's where the only time we've ever seen it before in any Marvel thing was in the Loki series. So now it's in Deadpool. So somehow he's going to go there, and he's like taken off. Loki was taken out of the timeline and had to do a whole bunch of shit. But that's what this is. I don't want to give any too long to get into what he did.
Yeah.
But so that's in it. People are saying Doctor Doom from the Fantastic Four might be in it.
Might be in it. Yeah. I heard Lady Deadpool. I didn't know there was a Lady Deadpool, but they said that she might be in it.
You know what?
Because
Go ahead.
That makes sense though with the time, because the time variance thing created it's multiverse. That's the whole thing. It's a whole multiverse.
right.
Thing. And especially Doctor Strange. So Lady Deadpool makes sense.
Well, they're
It's
dipping
different
into this multiverse thing a lot. At one point when they're shooting a gun, it looks like it might be Deadpool's hand, but if you look closely, it's red and black, the glove. So that's why they think it might be her. That's what they have.
All right.
What were you going to say, Janine?
I also can't wait for they didn't show it though, which they said they were supposed to. Beetlejuice.
Oh, they were gonna show. They said they were supposed to show a Beetlejuice trailer.
Yep.
Well, I can't wait for that either. That's gonna be.
I
Be
know.
something. I hope it's not a dud. I want that to be good.
Oh, Beetlejuice. Who doesn't want that
Yeah,
to
I
be?
know. If it's not good, it's going to be
That's gonna
upsetting.
be so disappointing. But
How far away do you think we are from getting a new Ghostbusters?
There's
a
one
month-
coming out.
No,
a
no,
month
sorry.
away? Yeah.
Sorry, that's not what I meant. I meant Back to the Future.
That's not gonna. Like a reboot, different actors.
Something like Ghostbusters, Beetlejuice. Like you look at all like that.
Well, look at. I don't know about that. I haven't heard anything about that because a lot of people, even the actors, what the guy who played, I don't know his name, the guy who plays Biff, is asked that question all the time, and he addresses it. He goes, "It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen." It's not gonna. So I don't know if that's gonna. Maybe they'll do a reboot with different actors and a whole different, a whole different story. But I don't think you're gonna get the old actors to do it again. I don't know. I think they wrapped it up with the third one, and that was it. But did you hear? There's rumors of a Cheers reboot that they might have Cheers come back
As a TV show?
as a TV show.
Oh,
See, now that
that would be
That is
crazy.
that would be insane if they brought back Cheers. That's
You would be happy. You
my
could
jam.
The last time there was Cheers, you weren't married. You didn't find your purpose in life.
It was
Now that you have your wife and Cheers, there'll be no living with you.
What more do I need?
There'll be no living with you from that moment on.
I'll be insufferable. But you don't have. It'll be weird because they're all. I don't know how old they are, but they're in their 70s, late 60s, mid 70s, around there. Kirstie Alley is gone. I don't know if you'll get Woody Harrelson. He's kind of a big deal in the movie world. I'm sure you'll get Ted Danson. I'm sure would do. I think that's the one that the rumor was spread about because he said something about it. Oh, we're talking about it. You'd get George Wendt, you'd get John Ratzenberger, and you'd probably get Rhea Perlman. Seinfeld reboot.
I thought we were going to get something at the Super Bowl with Seinfeld.
Didn't he mention he did a stand-up recently and said something's in the works?
Something's in the works. Yeah, maybe they meant next year or something. Who knows?
Man,
Not
that'd be
really sure.
something.
That would be incredible.
I just hope, like with all reboots, you hope that it holds up to the original. You don't want it to be like new. It's going to be new writers and stuff, but you hope it holds the same amount. Does the defense's case hold water? You want the new stuff to be just as good. It's hard to do though.
That's hard. It is hard to do. Can we mention why today is a special day, or do we not want to talk about that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Well,
No, go ahead. You do your thing.
I was going to say happy birthday to our wonderful Blind Top 5 host, and above all, my wonderful wife, Erin. Happy birthday, Erin.
Yes, Aaron. Happy birthday.
Thanks, guys. Thanks, everybody.
I
Who's
can't
ready
believe
to beat? What?
I can't believe you chose to be here on your birthday.
Where else would I be? Watching Cheers? Who's ready for BT5?
Hell yeah.
Well, can I just say one thing?
Sure.
Please.
I sent Erin a happy birthday message, which was tailor-made for her.
I said thank you.
And but you didn't notice. I thought you were going to notice. I put a little Easter egg in there for you.
What did you? I got to see this.
And you didn't notice. You didn't acknowledge it. And I thought everybody would be like, "Oh, that's cute."
What?
Oh, I see. Easter egg.
Do you see what it is?
I'm afraid I'm
I
going to
do
use you guys like I always do whenever I do anything. So I'm not looking.
I see something about what you sent, but I don't know what it means.
All right, I'm going to send Erin I'm going to show everybody what I sent to Erin. This is what I sent to her.
Yeah, I see what's wrong with that picture, but I don't know why.
What's wrong with the picture?
Do you see it?
No, I can't.
Okay. It's Taylor Swift holding up a sign that says "Happy Birthday, Erin."
Yeah.
But can I point it out, Anthony?
Yeah.
So the I is missing in birthday,
Oh.
but I don't understand what that means.
Well, because,
Is it because I'm an editor?
writer, editor.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought it had something to do with Taylor Swift. I was like,
Yeah,
what is
no.
it? Oh, there you go.
Sorry. I
Well,
don't
then
like
she-
to work on my birthday any more than I have to for you guys.
Yeah,
I'm
stop making my
already
wife
doing
work, will you?
this.
Yeah. And by the way, that wasn't intentional because I had AI do it. I was like, AI, make this thing.
So AI couldn't spell birthday?
Couldn't spell birthday. AI never gets everything 100% right, and it drives me
that's a
fucking
gimme.
crazy.
It does all this super smart shit, but it can't spell the word birthday. Probably the most common meme gif that's out there is birthday stuff.
Yeah. So
can't spell
do you want to see the other choices that it gave me? This was the other one that just says "Happy Erin."
Happy Erin, that's a good one.
Yeah, Aaron. Oh my
Happy
god.
Erin.
This one spelled it with 2 R's in Erin for some reason.
Errin, nice. It got birthday right.
It got birthday right, and then also this one was the same thing. It was Erin with
Happy
2
birthday,
R's.
Erin.
And there's a lot of there's a double H there and a double T
Oh,
for some
yeah,
reason.
that's weird.
God.
And
The hell?
the Taylors don't look as good. They never get the eyes right
What
in
is
these.
I don't understand AI. Like, doesn't it just pull from the internet?
It does, but here, look. Here's one of the ones I didn't I didn't use. But look at her. Look at her eyes. Yeah,
The teeth. Oh man, it's
Yeah.
freaking me out.
it's always a little off. So if you see, like, if you go to like our Instagram and you look at some of like the cover photos that we have on there, like,
Something a little off about 'em.
there's something a little off about all of them. And I just gave up after a while. I'm like, who gives a shit? I don't fucking care. I'm not sitting here fixing this.
So the Easter egg wasn't intentional. It was more of a all right, I'm done with this kind of a thing.
Yeah, well, no, but I could have fixed it. But I was like, oh, you know what? She'll appreciate this. So I sent it as is, and she was like, whatever, loser, thanks, and just moved on
I'm
with her day.
sorry. No, you're right. It was an extra layer of awesome. Thank you. I'm going to show it to my coworkers tomorrow. It's going to be their Super Bowl. Thank you so much.
And just heads, I don't know if you could see them, Erin, but you got a lot of happy birthday
Yeah,
messages.
Thank
in
you.
the chat.
And I'm starting the same day as Bird's Company, which is awesome.
Oh, there you go. Oh, look at that! Starting a business today. What is that about? Bird.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. Let
What's
us
the
know what's going
business?
on.
Thank you, everybody.
I hope
Happy
it's
birthday, sweetheart.
a Taylor Swift shirt making company because I think you're going to be all right.
Just don't use AI to print them up.
Aaron, what did you think of? Okay, here's my second thing about Super Bowl because Aaron's a big Taylor Swift fan. I was a little concerned. I don't know if you heard me say earlier of Travis Kelce screaming at an elderly man's face. That's his own coach on his own team. And then the other thing I was a little concerned with when he won, they did have this like beautiful moment where they kissed and everything. Taylor and Kelce on the field when she finally gets down to the field. But then there wasn't a lot said. It was a lot of looking at each other and then kissing and then hugging and then kissing and then hugging. Like I thought there would have been, I don't know, more
What?
talk.
Did
But
you want them to have like a full fucking conversation about the weather?
It felt like they didn't have much to say to each other to me. That's what it felt like.
Congratulations. I'm so happy. I'm so proud of you. You deserve this. What were you going to say?
That's what she should have said. She didn't say any of that.
How do you know? They were talking. You remember that his
No.
back was to the thing and they were just like hugging. Maybe he was saying things. Maybe she
Plus-
was whispering words of
I
love.
I
Go
just
ahead.
want any newcomers to know that's not me.
Yeah.
Like all of a sudden, I'm really angry.
Yeah, that was Cuddles, everyone.
Hi, yeah. Happy birthday, Erin.
Thank you so much, Cuddles. Thank you. And I feel like the more I learn about this guy, the more I don't understand what she's doing. I don't understand. Every guy she dates, she gets further away from the person I want her to be with.
Is that right? I'm shocked by this take.
I just feel like I'm not old enough to be her mom, but I just want to sit her down and be like, oh my gosh, Taylor, like we have to talk about, your next, every step you make is just, I still think she should be with Tom Hiddleston and he's married with a child. So,
How long did they date? Do we know?
not long,
Yeah.
but I thought they were ideal. So yeah, no, I don't know. I don't understand it. I don't think he's a good match. I think that every time I feel like he's trying so hard to fit inside like America's sweetheart box, but he's like wild and I don't know.
He's
You know
not
what
as
I'm
good a
saying?
singer.
No, not as good a singer, not an intellectual, I don't know the word for it. They don't seem well matched. The more I see him, the more I feel like he has a tenuous hold on being the, as I said, like it seems as if he's doing stuff to be good and be Taylor Swift's boyfriend, but sooner or later the Kelce is going to come out. You
Right.
know? Yeah.
He's gonna be screaming at her, "Where's my dinner, bitch? Where's my dinner?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know who
And
that
she's gonna
sounds
be
like?
I have somebody who cooks for me. I'll ask. I'll check. I'll see how they're doing.
Do you know who looked like such a really nice guy and turned out to be a piece of shit? Chris Brown. Another beta over there.
That's true. He did hit
So
women.
you gotta
That
watch
guy.
out. Yeah, you're. He was a little much. He was low over the top, but the yelling and screaming in the coach's face, the crazy singing. at
That
the
was
end,
wrong.
but-
But I think that's him. Look at his brother. Look at
Exactly.
Jason. I think that's it. But I know that she's like this big star, but like what the persona that she comes off of is she's just like this all-American, like nice, sweet girl, loves family, is tight with her parents, like all these things. That's him. He's extremely close with his family, loves his mother to death, loves his brother, loves his sister-in-law. He calls her his sister. So I kind of see that. Like Taylor was like all arm in arm with Mrs. Kelce. Like I just see
Cuddles,
that.
I hope you're right. I hope you're right.
I do too, because you wish them good. You want to wish
Yeah.
them like good things.
I don't
But
know,
I
fuck them,
get
actually.
no, shut up. I get what you're saying, Aaron, 100%. I do. I see that. I can see that too. I hope he's not that way with her. But then again, I'm like, yo, she's worth like a lot of money. She's got like gods that'll just like fuck him up in a heartbeat. You unleash some of those Swifties, and that man has no chance in hell.
Yeah, but
That's
you don't
true.
want it to come to that.
You don't want to upset 12-year-old girls. All right, blind top
No.
5.
Yeah.
You ready to go?
You don't want it to get to the point where that's needed.
Yeah, exactly.
Look at us. We're calling it. You heard it here first. He's going to be beating her any minute now. He's going
Oh,
to
No,
God,
he's not. Don't
No
say
way.
that. You don't wish
That's-
that on anyone.
No,
He is. What's the Turner? That he's Ike Turner, and you know it. All right.
No, I don't think
God.
so.
Blah.
All right.
Okay.
Blind top 5.
Blind top 5. There are 10 spaces, and some of you might not like the category, but I'm going to tell you 3 things about this category. One, well, I'll tell you what it is, and then I'll tell you why. Can't pick a fight with me tonight. One is it's candies with chocolate, and there's 3 reasons why we have to have this. One is because candies without chocolate is already represented, and we need fairness. 2, I thought this was going to be on Valentine's, and we all think of chocolate candy on Valentine's. And 3, it's my birthday, so don't come for me. Who's ready?
We're good.
Okay.
It's her birthday. Don't criticize the top 5 choice.
And I got to say, when we did the top 10 candies without chocolate, it was a huge hit. We had a great time. It's always a good
one.
Top 5s. Blind top 5s are always good. So here we go.
Okay, put 10 spaces. I'm going to give you some candy. All of them will have chocolate. Put them in the order without knowing the next one. You think number 1 being the best, number 10 being the one you like the least. Number 1 is Snickers.
Oh, we came
Right out of the
out
gate.
school.
This is tough. That's a tough start. Snickers is pretty solid. I like to think of Snickers as the workhorse of candy bars.
What do you mean?
Like it's the blue collar, keeps America's economic pistons run. Like it's just all reliable. You know,
reliable.
It's the local plumber. It's the repairman. It's the.
All right. So where are you putting Snickers?
I feel like, and it's delicious.
True.
As far as chocolate bars go, which I have to tell everybody, I'm not a fan of chocolate and chocolate bars.
Well, this list is not just going to be bars, I don't think.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah.
all candies with chocolate in it. So
Okay. I'm
yeah, it
putting
could
it
be-
Frankie C at number 4, and I feel explanation is needed. You too?
same. 4.
So is Mercury. So is
Robin.
Robin. I'll tell you
All right.
why.
You gotta
I
have
can think of 2 more candies that I enjoy more
with chocolate.
with chocolate, and I also felt like I need to leave 1 more space for something I'm not thinking of.
The errand. You're going to get errand.
Yes, the errand.
Yeah.
So I'm putting it as high as one could possibly put it. This is practically a number 1 endorsement, but
All
that's
right.
where I
Cuddles.
I put it at 3.
3. All right. So we're right around the same area. 3s and 4s.
Yeah.
You got Raven at 1, Mercury
Good
4,
going.
Rhonda 9, Justice 7, Bird 4, Robin 4, Sybil 10, Raven solid 5, TD Freelancer 3, Christine Colson 7.
Now, can I ask if Aaron, we will get an Aaron list? I mean, yours isn't blind, but I would love to know how where you put these when we're done.
You got it.
Okay. All right.
All right.
Snickers is in the books.
Number 2 is Reese's peanut butter cups, and these are the 2 in the package.
The 2 packs. Those are good. All right.
Okay. Can I explain my answer again?
Oh God. Only if it's long-winded and boring.
I am putting Reese's peanut butter cups in at number 2.
Wow. I put it
knew
in at
that was
number
coming.
1.
Wow. Christine
All right.
has it at 1, Bird at 2, Mercury and Robin both at 1.
Justice at 2.
Cuddles?
That's a popular one.
Oh, 7.
Wow.
I don't. I'm
that's
not a big peanut butter person. I'm not a
disrespectful.
big like peanut. You know that, Aunt.
I know, but that's disrespectful still.
I do not. I don't really
Man.
like peanut butter with. I don't like peanut butter in general.
Okay. I put it at number 2. Normally, it would not make my list.
What? But it's on number 2?
Because if you, all
Things
right,
that don't make the list go at number 9 or 10.
all right, let's come back to this. I'm going to explain. I'm going to make a note of this. We're going to explain peanut butter cups to you.
We're all looking forward to that.
Okay.
The
Took the
world
words
holds
right
its-
out of my mouth.
We're all holding our breath.
All right. I can't do it now because it's a risk, but so we'll do it later. All right, Aaron, go ahead. Next one.
All right. Number 3 is a Kit Kat. 4 bars, one package. I don't know why, but I don't know why I'm giving you the specifications, but it feels
I
rather
like it.
scientific.
I like it though.
Kit Kat.
You do. I think you're selling it a little. Like there are 4.
Yeah.
There's 4 in that package. Don't
There's
forget.
4. 4 in a
Yeah.
pack.
Yeah, we're not doing 2 Halloween candies here. We're doing you buy one, like it's at the movie theater. You get all 4
There you
sticks.
Let me ask you a question. When you eat a Kit Kat, do you break it into 4 pieces, or do you just bite it like it's one huge chocolate bar?
What psychopath bites it like it's a
yeah,
chocolate bar?
You have to break them
sorry,
up.
sorry, anybody who does.
Let me tell you
I was
something.
about to
If
say the same thing.
If I'm in public, I'm breaking it. If I'm by myself, I'm just shoving. I'm just eating it
Oh, you're a lunatic.
like a psychopath, apparently.
I got Kit Kats in at number 8 because they're good. There isn't I have a feeling there isn't going to be a candy on this list that I don't like. So Kit Kats I like, but I got them in at number 8 because I feel like there's going to be others that are better.
Cuddles.
9. I don't like them very much. They're
Anthony is
mediocre.
in at 9, matching with Cuddles.
That's why we're married.
Bird in at number 9. Christine
See?
2. Mercury 6. Robin 8. TD Freelancer 6. Sybil 3. Rhonda 4. Justice 6. Raven 7.
Sorry, it moved on me. When a new comment comes, they move up sometimes. Okay, you go.
All right.
All right, Aaron.
Very good. Number 4. Aaron.
Sorry, number 4 is Milky Way.
Okay, what's in a Milky Way again?
I think it's all nougat.
It's basically like a Snickers without the peanut butter, I think. I mean,
Without the peanuts?
I'm sorry, the peanuts without the peanuts. I'm sorry.
Or the caramel, I think.
Or the
Does
caramel.
Milky Way have caramel?
It does.
Oh, it does
Wait,
have
Milky
caramel.
Ways have caramel?
Yeah, you're thinking of a Three Musketeers.
You're right. I am thinking of Three Musketeers.
Oh, I was thinking of Three Musketeers too. That's just nougat.
I think that's just nougat and chocolate wrapped in chocolate.
Mm.
This is a Snickers without the peanuts.
Okay, Milky Way. Milky Ways are
So what's
good.
in a Milky? Wait, what are we're doing a Milky Way?
Milky Way, yes.
Milky
And
Way.
what's in a Milky Way?
It's a Snickers, but no peanuts.
Oh, okay.
I can't believe we don't know what Milky Way is at this
'Cause
point.
I don't buy that. I
It's
gave
true,
it an
though.
8.
Yeah, how often do you have a Milky Way?
Never. That's why I asked.
Halloween,
I've
that's it.
never. Oh yeah, that comes in the chocolate pack with the Snickers and all those.
Mm.
Yeah.
So I got Milky Way in at number 3, just above Snickers, because I like Snickers, but if you take away the peanuts, I'm good. I like the peanuts, but
Yeah.
sometimes
I'm with
Do
you,
without
Frank.
the
I think the peanuts make it all.
no. I took the peanuts out and like Milky Way's a little better. I got Milky Way higher.
Higher than Snickers?
Yes,
Never.
Crazy talk. That's insanity.
I got it at number 3.
Don't listen to that man.
Look at all that nougat. That's a beautiful thing right there. Nougat, caramel, and chocolate. That's all you need. And what the hell is nougat anyway?
I don't know.
All right.
Nobody knows.
Well,
I think
we'll-
they found it on Mars.
Cool. As long as we're all on the same page with that.
Yeah.
Nobody knows for sure.
I have it at number 7 because I think you take away the nuts, you take away nuts are the best part. Like a man, and the nuts are the best part.
All right. Bird 3, Christine 5, Robin 7, Sybil 9, Rhonda 8, Mercury 5, Justice 8, Raven 2, TD Freelancer 9. Milky Ways are good, man. If I get when you get Halloween candy, it's a big bag full of all the different little fun size ones.
Yeah.
I go right for the Milky Ways right out of the gate.
Oh, see, I go Snickers first, and then when I run out of those, I go Milky Way.
No,
Yeah,
all
Milky
those
Ways are
get
good.
donated.
Milky Ways, and I will say Three Musketeers are great too because it's all nougat, whatever the hell that is.
According to Bird, nougat is whipped egg whites and sugar.
Ah, she ruined the magic. I don't want to
believe it.
peek behind the curtain.
Yeah, I think it's something else.
Yeah, there's fairy dust and dolphin tears in there or something.
Unicorn
All right.
DNA. Okay, go ahead, Aaron.
All right, we're halfway done with Twix.
The only candy bar with the cookie crunch.
Twix. I see.
What's,
I
what's
knew.
in a Twix?
Oh, come on.
Cookie, caramel, chocolate.
Oh,
I think
those
that's
aren't
it.
that bad.
No, nougat. I thought.
Is nougat in Twix?
No, it's just
No,
like the
there's
cookie
no
crunch. the caramel and chocolate. Oh, that's not bad. I'll
It's
put a
just
Twix.
cookie.
It's just caramel and cookie and
And then chocolate. I'll put that at 5.
They
yes.
all have swirling chocolate in the commercial. All right, Twix. Put Twix higher than Kit Kat.
I don't like Kit
Oh,
Kat.
I mean, if
I
you're
got it
going to
into
talk
number
to me about
6.
Twix, this is crazy. I
Twix
can't
are
be
great.
part of this. Twix at
Yeah,
number
they're not
6.
so bad. They're not so bad. I like those. They're not so horrible.
I like them better than Kit Kats, but they're all good. Again,
Yeah.
I
The
have
only
yet
time
to
we're
meet
having
one that
these
I
is
don't like.
Halloween. That's the only time I eat them is because I don't go to the store and be like, oh, let me get a Twix bar.
Now, do you
Doesn't
prefer
matter.
left Twix or right Twix?
Right.
Okay.
Thank
I
you
got
for
Twix.
asking.
I got Twix at number 3. Come
Wow.
on, it's fantastic.
That's pretty high.
It's not. It's right
It's
where
up
it should
there,
be,
baby.
just above Snickers, and just behind Reese's peanut butter cups. So I'm building a world class list right
Who are you,
here.
J-Sabs? What are you
Yeah, I
doing?
was just about to say, Frank,
Sorry.
you beat me to it.
I usually have my 3 o'clock coffee. I didn't have it today. I'm having it now, and it's fucking me up.
All right,
Sorry.
so with Twix, we got Bird at 8, Robin at 9, Justice at 3, Mercury 7, TD Freelancer 8, Sybil 4, Raven 3, Rhonda 7, Christine 6. Yeah, I'm with you. 6 for Twix.
You gotta have Twix higher. I mean, come on.
No, it's that IX in there. 6 Twix. It
It's
just makes
delightful.
sense.
And let me
All
tell you
makes
this: the mainstream Blind 5 host is being very like, she didn't say, "Oh, there's 2 Twix," but she was all over the 4 Kit Kats. That's all I'm gonna say.
That's amazing that you should say that because, as always, there's an Aaron Audible, and I changed it. I did not have Twix on my list. But when you said bite the Kit Kat, I thought of our friend whose daughter was biting both the Twix at the same time, and they're like, we might have to have her tested. She's crazy. Do you remember that? So I was like, oh, I'm going to remove, I'll tell you when it's all done which one I removed. And I put Twix in, which is why I didn't have the specifications for it. Very, very good catch.
I love the
Wow.
Audible. I love
Ooh,
it.
look
Look
at-
at this cookie dough.
Cookie dough Twix?
Ooh,
Ooh.
salted caramel.
Another
Twix.
babka?
Another babka.
Salted caramel. See, Twix is branching out here. Look at this.
Yeah, exciting.
All right.
Cuddles got, what was it? Galaxy Oreos.
Yeah.
What is
Those
that?
oh my God. First of all, if you have too many of them, you get sick.
What's
So-
that Galaxy Oreo?
The cream is like a red and blue.
It's
Or
like
purple
pink
and-
and like turquoise, or like
Okay.
when you think of like space colors for kids, it's like this like magenta and this like teal turquoisey, but it has like pop rocks in it.
In
And
the
then-
cream.
In the cream, and you have it, and you're like, "What the hell is that? What's going on in there?" And then I'm like, "What the?" I'm
Two
reading,
questions.
and there's like pop rocks in it.
One, are they any good?
They are, but you can only have like a few. Like you have to stop after 6.
Question number 2, can you dunk them without the pop rocks going off in the
Oh.
milk?
We
Good
haven't
question.
tried that yet.
We haven't
That's a
tried.
good question. We have to try
Good
that.
question.
All right, thank you.
You're a journalist, my friend. You
gotta
are.
ask the right questions every now and then.
You're a better journalist than Tucker Carlson.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
It's almost an
All right.
insult as much as it is a compliment. All right, go ahead.
Number 6.
Okay, number 6 for the purists, a Hershey bar.
Ooh.
Oh.
Plain old Hershey bar.
I want to be respectful.
Like Hershey
we have
with
to be honest.
almonds?
No.
Just
No,
plain.
just-
Oh fuck.
She said
Plain
plain
old
Hershey,
Hershey.
bar.
I can always go
Before
for
everybody jumps to, I'm gonna think out loud here. I'm sorry.
it. Here we go.
Before we all jump to, it's just a boring, stupid chocolate bar. But where would we be without the Hershey bar on a warm July evening as we gather a graham cracker and
Yeah,
a
we get it.
marshmallow
S'mores. Just get to the point.
by the
Yeah.
fire?
Who are you? What's his name?
John Steinbeck. I'm painting a picture
Yeah.
here.
Robert Frost over here.
It was the best of times. It
It's
was
the Hershey
worst.
bar less traveled.
Okay. I put it at number 4, but only because I will every single time I go to the store, I will buy a Hershey's bar, but only if it has almonds in it.
I can
That
eat
is
a
like
Hershey
my
bar.
all-time favorite thing in like the world is like a Hershey's bar with almonds, but only almonds.
I like Hershey bar because everything, all these things, you kind of have to be in the mood for. A Hershey bar, if that's what's there, you're eating it and you're happy.
Yeah,
If you're not in the
they are
mood for a
good.
Snickers, oh, they are good. If you're not in the mood for a Snickers, you're probably not just not going to eat it. But if you're not in the mood for Hershey
Yeah.
bar and it's there, you'll probably eat it.
Yeah.
That's my theory. But I got Hershey bar in at number 5, right in the middle.
Right in the middle. All right. I put Hershey bar at number 8. I don't know if my view of the world is skewed on this because you just heard Cuddles admit to having it. My mother is another one that will
Oh.
she goes, I just need chocolate, and we'll go buy a Hershey bar. And I have a theory that all women just love a Hershey bar.
No, but I'm not
Well,
a
it's
big
just-
chocolate person. But I
I like
will eat it. But I have to I have to really be in the mood for it.
Okay.
I could go. Yeah, Hershey bars are good. You could eat them just right out of the thing, or you could make s'mores. They're not you can't like melt them. You know when people bake with them, and you have to get a special chocolate for that, right?
I think so. Yeah, I don't think
You
they'll
can't just
melt
them
good.
and cook with them. All right.
Yeah, to become liquefied, I don't think they'll melt that good. You need morsels for that.
All right, we got
All right,
Christine
Aaron.
at 4, a couple of
Oh.
10s, Robin and Mercury at 10, Bird at 5, Justice at 10, Sybil at 1, T Freelancer 1, Rhonda 1, but I know I'm going to regret this. Raven 8. All right. Raven said she'd go higher if there were almonds.
See?
All right.
A lot of people are agreeing with Cuddles on the almonds.
All right.
That's it.
Yeah.
And when you go and you buy it, you have to feel the back of it because you don't want to be gypped out of almonds. You got to make sure that bar has enough almonds in every freaking piece.
Okay, that's
you got to
psychopathic
feel
behavior.
you have to feel the back of it. I feel everything. I'm like that.
Just
No,
buy a
this is
second bar.
missing. No.
Oh, yeah,
Go
if
down
I
the
feel the
almond
back
aisle.
of you, it's a problem, right? And then all of a sudden I'm an asshole.
But
All
I'm
right, that's uncalled for.
Okay.
All right, number 7, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay, one big silver wrapped York peppermint patty. The
Yes.
big-
Ooh.
Yes.
Where you tear it, you don't unwrap it, you tear the top, you pull it out. and you
The
eat
hockey
it if
puck
you like.
size one.
All right.
Yeah.
Now we have 3 left, 3 spaces after this one, correct?
Correct.
Yes.
Okay. All right. This is great. Let me go first. Get this out of the way while Frank is doing his thinking and Cuddles as well. York peppermint patty. I'm so glad I left 10 open. This is the
Me too.
shittiest fucking chocolate
What?
ever.
That's why we're married. I put it at 10 too. I hate them.
You guys
Love
are
you.
nuts.
Love you.
Hate them.
Your
Mint
peppermint
and chocolate
patties.
do not belong together in any way,
They're
shape, or form.
chocolate, they're peppermint, they're delicious. They're very refreshing.
Awful. Terrible.
They're not junior mints, but they're good. Your
Terrible.
peppermint patties are great. It's like you're skiing on the top of a mountain.
I'm assuming you like them and you put them pretty high.
There are 2 for me.
Wow.
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 Well, the next space I had was 7, and I didn't want to put them that low. The only spaces I have left are 7, 9, and 10. I told you I like all these things, so it's hard to put the ones at the bottom. It's hard to fill in those. So right now I got York peppermint patty in at number 2.
Wow. That's too high. Your list is broken.
I'm sorry,
Rhonda's up there with you, though, at number 3.
Rhonda. What it is?
All right, Mercury 8, TD Freelancer 10, 9 for Christine, 5 for Sybil, 5 for Miss Justice, 10 for TD. He's with us and me and Cuddles. 9, though I minted out. Can't eat too many.
Ugh.
See, and I love like one of my favorite. I haven't had it in such a long time, but one of my favorite ice creams is mint chocolate chip.
Ugh.
I
guys
hate
are
anything
nuts.
mint.
Ah,
Hate anything mint.
you guys
Just
are
3 more
crazy.
spaces to go here, Aaron. What do you got?
All right, number 8 is plain bag of M&Ms.
Oh.
I love M&Ms.
Solid. Solid. I'm running into a problem here where I don't think Aaron is going to name my favorite chocolate, and that's what I'm saving for number 1. I got
a
M&Ms
problem as well.
at number 5.
Number 7.
Number
Cuddles. Put them-
6.
Number 6. Okay. See, my big problem right now is the only spaces I have left open are 9 and 10, and I don't think that the next 2 that Aaron is going to name are going to be my worst ones.
I only have 1 and 2 open.
Oh,
That's big.
that's rough too. Robin 5, Mercury 3, Bird 6, TD Freelancer 2, Justice 9, Sybil 6, but with peanuts. Rhonda 5, but should be higher. Raven 4.
Yeah, I have M&M's at 5, although M&M's I would put at number 3 if we were ranking M&M's.
Nope.
Yeah, I could polish off a whole bag of those things without even thinking about it.
But I would put peanut M&M's and I would put peanut butter M&M's above regular M&M's.
Yeah, I like peanut M&M's first, I think, and then regular M&M's, and then peanut butter. Do you ever have the pretzel ones? Pretzel M&M's?
Oh yeah, those are pretty good too.
Again, they're all good.
All right, just 2 more left, Aaron.
Christine 8, very good.
I'm
Okay,
getting
2 more.
really nervous.
Here we go.
Okay, this one is Bart Simpson's favorite candy bar, the Butterfinger.
Oh, fuck.
Butterfinger. All
Okay.
right. I'm okay right now. I put that in number 10 because you take one bite and you're picking them out of your teeth for 4 years.
That's so true.
You can't get those. They become part of your jaw. You can't get rid of that thing. You just has to naturally come loose like a tooth.
I hate Butterfingers, and I had to put it at 2.
Oh.
Screwed.
Okay. I put it at number 1.
Ugh.
What?
It is not my favorite, but judging by this list, it's where it should be.
Number 1?
Number 1.
Heavy here.
Are you
Yeah.
nuts?
They're delightful. Everything you talked about with it being on your teeth, I love that.
Ah, dude, it's so hard to eat though. Like,
Oh, I love how you chew it, and I feel like it just gets higher and higher. Like it's the less you can close your jaws down on it because it's just compact with Butterfinger.
No,
Oh, it's so good.
no.
I also think that out of all the candy bars, it actually has the best tasting chocolate itself. That if you just shave the little chocolate off and you put it with other little chocolate shavings from Snickers and Reese's and everything else, it actually tastes the best. The chocolate on it.
Maybe,
And
but
That's really insightful.
Thank you. And like nougat, it is also a mystery. I don't know what it is. I know it's some caramelized
peanut butter. It's not peanut butter, and it's not. I don't know what the hell's in there,
caramel.
but I think it's actually Elmer's glue that's in there. It's those rubber erasers you used to use in kindergarten.
We've split the crowd here from what the hell, Aunt, you're nuts and he's insane to yes, Aunt.
Ravens with me 10. True, Frank. You see that? You're
No.
insane. Good way to lose a tooth. I'll tell you again. I haven't met a candy that I didn't like. I will eat a Butterfinger. Rhonda says that I bet you can't get any of these in Russia. See? tell that to Anthony's buddy Tucker. But I'll eat a Butterfinger. I have no problem eating it. But if I have any other choice, I'm going with any other one of these on the list.
I'm terrified to see here if we're gonna get Aaron, because I know we've talked about Cuddles and I have. I'm not gonna say it. Go ahead, Aaron. What's the last one you got?
What have you and Cuddles done?
Okay, good. She
Not a
doesn't
lot.
remember that. Okay, good.
All right. Number 10 is chocolate is scrumptious when it crunches.
That's what I love. Nestle's Crunch.
Oh, fuck. Again.
That's the Crunch Bar, which is
Crunch
weird
Bar.
because I have a vague memory of a kid offering one to like a Soviet submarine captain. Does anybody else remember this commercial?
Yep.
That sounds vaguely familiar.
Which is strange because there's so much Russia tonight, and I didn't plan that part at all. And now that when I think about it, that's like it doesn't even seem real. Like that,
Doesn't.
that got past like the draft stage.
How did he get that close to the sub?
I don't know.
What was he doing next to the sub? I got Nestle's. I think I'm happy with the list here. I got Nestle's Crunch Bar in at number 9. I might switch it, move it a tiny bit higher, but that's about it.
All right, give me a list here, Frank. What do you got?
Okay. Let's see. I'll read it first because I can't read it and look at this screen. I'll go from 10 to 1.
Yes.
Number 10, Butterfinger. Number 9, Nestle's Crunch. Number 8, Kit Kats. Number 7, M&M's. Number 6, Twix, just because they rhyme. Number 5, Hershey Bar. 4, Snickers. 3, Milky Way. 2, York Peppermint Patty. 1, Reese's Peanut Butter Cups. I'm kind of happy with this list.
Your list stinks. I think your list is terrible.
You're on another
Terrible.
planet with number 1 as the what the hell is it called? The Butterfinger. That's insane.
Cuddles, what's your list?
Ugh. So 10 York Peppermint Patty, 9 Kit Kat, 8 Milky Way, 7 Reese's Cups, 6 is M&M's, 5 is Twix, 4 is Hershey Bar, 3 is Snickers, 2 is Butterfinger, and 1 is Nestle Crunch. And I hate my whole goddamn list.
You hate your list. I love
I
it.
hate the whole goddamn thing.
I haven't had a Butterfinger in so long, but I feel like I just ate one. Like because you talked the way you talked about it, I could feel it in my on my gums and oh.
Let me ask you a question. How
Me?
important is texture and mouthfeel to you when you're eating?
Very important.
Because I feel, can I say something? I feel like it would aggravate you more than it would drive you to eat something. But you're that type of a person.
Well, it depends. Because I think mouth feel might be the only reason, and a little bit of it's 50-50. The reason I don't like onions in certain dishes, it's a 50-50 split between the mouth feel and the overpowering flavor. Like I don't like onion in like a red sauce because it's like stringy and and I don't like it. Just feels like I'm eating a overpowering hair kind of. It's gross. I don't like the mouthfeel of. You ever have fried rice with bean sprouts in it?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I don't like the mouthfeel of bean sprouts. It feels like I'm eating a worm or something. Those are gross. So mouthfeel, yeah, I never really thought of it, but I think that's kind of important. But with Butterfinger, it doesn't. I'd still eat the Butterfinger.
But I guess my point is it drives you away from eating things, whereas you don't like to eat something because of the texture. Like whereas like I love sticky white rice. There's something about that texturally that works more so than flavor. You have anything like that?
I don't know,
Yes.
but I see what you mean. I'd have to think about it. I can't come up with something off the top of my head, but
Yes.
I know what you mean.
Like I can eat a Snickers bar. I can eat a chocolate bar with like almonds and stuff. I can't eat a Nestle's Crunch because the texture fucks me up.
Yeah, there's a lot of things with
I
texture.
I can't stand that.
Like I like eating chicken, but when you have a chicken leg and there's that one little tendon on the chicken leg, if I get that and I jump into that, it's one of those things that you can't quite chew. It grosses me out. But I'll eat the rest of the chicken leg and the rest of the chicken. But you get that one little tendon that's on that chicken leg. It's like, bleh.
I hate it when a chicken leg is like greasy and like fatty-ish. That bothers me to no end for some reason.
I gotcha. All right, so Erin, would you tell us where you would rank these?
Sure. Okay. 10 is York Peppermint Patty. 9 is Milky Way, which is weird because Snickers is number 2. I don't know why, but the addition of peanuts changes everything.
Okay.
Okay. 8 is the Butterfinger. 7 is the Kit Kat. 6 is the Nestle Crunch. Although I think I would switch those now, rethinking it. 5 is M&M's. 4 is Twix. 3 is Hershey Bar. 2 is Snickers. 1 is the Reese's Peanut Butter Cups. I originally had Almond Joy instead of Twix. And as usual, I don't put my favorite candy on the list because I'm afraid that people aren't going to like it and I'll get meh. But also because it's super seasonal. But Frank knows that like when Easter comes, those Cadbury eggs, and I know I'm going to get some S for this, but I go crazy for them. I go absolutely
They're
crazy.
good. I like
Not
Cadbury
the
eggs.
hard little ones that have a candy shell and chocolate on the inside. Anyone can do that. I like Cadbury cream eggs very, very much.
Yeah, the ones that look like there's a yolk inside.
Kind of happy they're only available a certain time of year because I don't know what I'd look like if they were not.
Those are amazing. I could eat them every day.
I love Almond Joy. I
Almond
think
Joys
it's
are great.
so good. Wait, what is it? What's the one you said? Mounds?
No, Aaron said Almond Joy, I think, right?
I
She's
said
almond.
Almond Joy I took out to put Twix in.
The Betwixen, yeah.
But
I think Aaron and I are more chocolate compatible than Frank and Aaron, to be honest with you. Our list.
Well, we both put
similar.
Reese's peanut butter cups as number one.
Yeah, but you put York Peppermint Patty high on your list. She put it at 10.
Where
Yeah,
it should be.
Yeah, but you're a jerk, so
I kept number one open because Carlson and I have talked about this. The Take 5 bar is
That's
our
it.
favorite chocolate bar.
God,
what's
I
in a
love
Take
that.
5?
So good. So good.
I don't know if I've
It's
had a Take 5.
pretzel. It's pretzel. It's peanuts. It's chocolate. It's caramel.
So
What's
everything.
the fifth thing, Boo? It is. It is so good.
Is there nougat?
Yes.
Oh, there is something. There's something that I don't know if it's nougat or is it that crunch?
Okay, so these look very
good.
chewy and like along the same lines as a Butterfinger, where it's going to get stuck in your teeth.
No, there is no
but
nougat. I'm wrong. It's
so
chocolate,
good.
pretzels, peanut butter, caramel, and peanuts.
So good.
That's all good stuff. I'm in.
So it is so, and I don't like peanut butter, and it's so good in this.
And it's the
I look
Webby
for this
pretzel.
every day.
too.
Yeah,
You notice
exactly.
that?
Yeah,
I
it's
see.
so. I highly recommend it to everyone.
And
Take
it comes.
5.
There's two little bars in each thing,
Yeah,
so it's perfect to share. You know.
and no, it's not perfect to share. It's perfect to hide from your family.
I don't know if I've ever seen a Take 5 on the shelves somewhere.
They're hard to find. If you go to CVS, they're by the candy in the front by the registers.
They're behind the glass. You gotta.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. You gotta have somebody unlock it.
They are. They're really hard to get. And I'm always like in CVS and I'm like, can you make sure that you put, get like order Take 5s, in your order? And she's like, okay. And it never comes. Like when they come, I make sure to buy it just to like treat myself. And I hide it from everyone in this house.
So a long time ago, when we used to dress up for Halloween when we were, teenagers, whatever, I dressed up as Beetlejuice. And I had a Zagnut. You ever have a Zagnut bar?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I've ever eaten one, but I had a Zagnut bar as a prop. I used to keep it in my pocket from Beetlejuice. It might still be in my costume somewhere, like in the attic. That Zagnut bar might still be up there. I don't know if I've thrown it away. So there might be a chocolate bar from 20 years ago.
Probably what's haunting our house, but we'll
That
talk
could
about
be.
that later.
Exactly.
That could be a
Guys,
possibility.
thank you so much for all the birthday wishes, and thanks so much for letting me play. And I just want you guys to know that in 2 days, it's Valentine's Day, and if I were you, I'd just get your favorite candy bar and just eat it.
Good
Don't even give
advice.
it away. Just eat it. Treat yourself because it's Valentine's Day. Good night, everybody. Thank you.
Thanks, hon. Happy birthday.
Good night.
One is Zagnut. I love when he says that.
You want a little bite? Something to nosh. A lot of great stuff. Obviously there's a million chocolate things that didn't make the list. Toblerone.
Toblerone.
Yep.
I am very, very surprised that Anthony didn't say that his favorite thing. He loves like Reese's Pieces.
I was wondering if Reese's Pieces was going to make it on the list.
Well, the peanut butter
love
cups
Reese's.
are on the list.
Cups are on the list. But can I say this? Because I said I was going to explain this. Reese's peanut butter cups aren't even the best peanut butter cups out there. Justin's peanut butter cups are far superior.
What?
Far superior. Have you ever
Yeah,
had
but
a
can you make a
Justin's?
hole in the middle like you can with the Reese's cup?
I've never. What do you mean a hole in the middle?
Well, that was the big thing back in the day when they used to have commercials for the Reese's peanut butter cup. You used to pop a hole in the middle of them. That was
And
like
look
the big-
through it? I guess.
Remember, it was just a stupid thing to do with the peanut butter cup, and people used to do it. The whole thing was you pop the hole without breaking the cup.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't know what that means. I'm just going by quality of ingredients and flavor.
All right. Well,
But Justin's peanut butter cups are far
Justin's? Who
superior.
the hell is Justin, and where does he get off making a peanut butter cup better than Reese's?
Have you? I'm sure you've seen these.
I have not.
Yeah,
This is
they
the
sell them
packaging.
as like CVS.
They're at CVS. Next time you're out, this is great for everybody. Here's an AOA Flix Picks. There's an AOA peanut chocolate suggestion. Next time you're out and you're craving Reese's, grab a Reese's, grab a Justin's peanut butter cup. Eat both of them, and you tell me which one is better. It's not even close.
See,
it's Justin's.
Here's my problem right out of the gate.
Mm-hmm.
There's a picture there that looks like it's actual peanut butter. No, I need the bullshit that's in a Reese's peanut butter cup. I don't want actual peanut butter in my peanut butter cup.
I will say it's not straight peanut butter, and it's not straight Reese's BS as you describe it. It's like
that's the good stuff.
It's a mix in between. It is so much better. The chocolate is better, and the peanut butter is better. It's phenomenal. Also, they do have white chocolate, which is really good.
Where did this Justin's come from? Do they have like a? Do they have a
Like
theme
a
park?
healthier version.
Do they
Or like
what?
a more,
Do they have a
it's
theme
like
park in Pennsylvania? Because if not,
They don't. What did you
I'm
say,
not
Cuddles? This is the what
aren't
version?
they like a healthier version? Like
I think they
a little bit more natural, like healthier peanut butter and
it
chocolate.
says organic.
They
Yeah.
even have like they'll just put straight up peanut butter in this little thing. You just pop it open and you just shove the peanut butter in your mouth.
All right, what are we? What are we? Animals? We just pouring
Sometimes,
peanut butter into our mouths. Like
sometimes you got to get the peanut butter right in, Frank.
I don't know. I got to meet this Justin. I don't know if I trust this thing.
Yeah. And I will say the dark chocolate is the default. They do have regular milk chocolate, but the dark chocolate is what they broke out with, and I stick with that. It's delicious. Delicious.
All right.
I also think that the ratio of chocolate to peanut butter is better in a Justin's than in a Reese's.
I can't judge yet because I haven't tried a Justin's, but I have to say Reese's is going to be hard to beat. I'll try Justin's.
Can you do it? Can we do this on the show? Can we do it?
Yeah, I'll go to the store. You're saying they have them at CVS?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I
I'll
could
go
try
to
and send them
CVS.
to you, but it might be just easier for you to get it at CVS.
We're supposed to get a huge snowstorm, so I don't know if I'm going to get there tomorrow, but we'll see.
Yeah. We have to do it next show. But are you here Wednesday or are you here the Friday?
Friday probably.
Friday. Okay. So maybe Friday we'll do. It'll be a nice chance to do this. I'm curious.
Is there a Valentine's show happening?
I don't know. Maybe a little one.
Okay.
Maybe we'll be here for the Valentine's people. Might just be a quick one.
Okay.
But
all right, I'll try a Justin's. I'll see if I'd never noticed it or they don't carry it. I've just never seen that wrapping, that product.
I'll tell you why. Even at CVS, like Cuddles was saying, it's not up in the front with all the other candies, but it is in the candy aisle.
Okay.
So
I'll take a look.
You got to really go and find it. But trust me,
I'm gonna get both. I'll pick up a Justin's. I'll pick up a Reese's cups.
Yeah,
we'll do a little comparison.
That would be phenomenal.
That sounds good to me.
All right, coming up on an upcoming episode,
Boom.
a peanut butter cup off.
All right, I'm going to bed. Good night.
All
Good night, Cuddles.
Thank
Pleasure.
you. It was a great one.
Yes.
Have a good
You want to give Erin a birthday gift? Go get that book, Oval, that she wrote. Link in the description, baby. That's what I'm talking
Great
about.
book. Great read. It's available on Amazon. You could download it and read it, or you could buy the hard copy.
I love the
today.
chapter where people sit around the campfire and they argue about chocolate candies versus non-chocolate candies.
It's probably the best chapter in the book.
That's my favorite chapter of the book. Although I think that might be in the behind this. You got to get the book first, and then they send you the addendum. That's not in the book.
Legally, we have to say that's not in the book.
Good point. Legally, it's not in the book. But it is a wonderful read. So if you're looking for something, a great novel, Oval from Erin C., who gives us these great blind top fives. She gave us a great novel. Go check it out. Link in the description below. Happy birthday to Erin. Frankie, good job. J Sabs, Cuddles
you
for
too.
everybody. We love you all. We'll see you all very, very soon.
Show me potato salad.
Maybe we should go now.